WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents.
On the left-hand side, Chris Brown tries to swipe it around, gets a piece of it. Brennan Anderson comes up with it.
They'll have it across the red line as it goes to Lohman, who shoots it in. Nikita Salnikov to chase, right out in front, drive, Schumacher, score! Oh, a tic-tac-toe play, and the Ice Bears take the lead.
Missouri State University Ice Hockey.
Well, I'm going to call a goal right here. Here's Josh Bell as the Ice Bears win the draw and start the power play. He's got Salnikov on his left wing. Back out to Bell at the top of the slot, takes the shot, and a pad save by Dusenka. Back out it comes. Bell will try again, score! And it might have been tipped down low by Turin, or did it go straight in from Bell? We'll wait and see. That might have been Bell's blast all the way.
I think it was.
Can I call him or what?
Sure, you called it. It's a power play goal.
With the call, here's Dan Lee and Steve Casson.
And live from Jordan Valley Ice Park and the Stan Melton Ice Arena, it is the final home games of the 2018-19 season as the Missouri State Ice Bears host the University of Oklahoma Sooners. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson along with Dan Lee and our cameraman who just found parking, and Alex Harmon, and it's crazy here this weekend. Louis from the Springfield Cardinals is here. The Cardinals put on a promotion, a great promotion for general admission seats, and they have gymnastics all weekend, and it is just packed here.
Yeah, the whole ice park is packed, not just the Mediacom Ice Park. I did it. I was the first one to do it this week. The Jordan Valley Ice Park Stan Melton Ice Arena is going to be packed tonight for the hockey game, but yeah, the other one, they actually put a floor down in the West Rink and have gymnastics, as you said, and that's kind of interesting, too. I didn't even know we had a floor that would cover that rink, but apparently we do, and they have all the gym gear to go with it, and they're going to have a tournament all weekend long. So if you're going to come to either event, you better come way early and try to get a parking spot because there's not a whole lot available. Of course, you can go over to the nice garage there just about a block and a half away and pay some toll if you want to, but no, that's full too. Alex Harmon was fighting for a position to try to even get here tonight, and he's saying even that's full tonight. So, wow, I don't know what you do. I guess you just fight. Let's go after somebody out there in the parking lot. Yeah,
you walk somehow, some way to get here. Crawl, beg, whatever you have to do to find a parking spot to get to Mediacom Ice Park.
By the way, Alex, we would never have counted you late because you wore the right jersey today. Got a St. Louis Blues jersey on. You're all right.
Well, I did because I texted and I said, anybody showing up? I basically, isn't that what I said? Something like that. And but I'm glad to have you, and glad to have everybody listening on KBFL 96.9 and 1060 AM. If you are on the air, if you're not, I know that folks will join us shortly. The Missouri State Bears, the baseball team, is playing at Hammonds Field. They are in extra innings, and I do not know if folks have just started to tune into us or not. But
we don't know if they're going to move them around on the radio stations under Meyer Communications control and see if they can fit us all in there somehow. We don't know exactly how that's going on.
Well,
so you may not be listening to us right now in the Springfield area, but you can certainly keep us tuned on WebSportsRadio.com on your internet connection. And we'll even have Alex Harmon's wonderful video for you on there. So welcome aboard. We've got a great one tonight for you and this weekend for them, as a matter of fact. The last weekend of home hockey for the Missouri State University Ice Bears this year. It's hard to believe we've gone through 40-plus games, and here we are, Steve.
Yeah, Missouri State going off of a 3. And now this is crazy when you talk about the rankings. Missouri State came into last weekend ranked number 14. The Ice Bears promptly lost to Jamestown 6-3, 3-2, and then to Minot State, which was ranked number 7 at the time, 3-2, and the Ice Bears jump up to number 13.
Yeah, we went up.
And you ask why and how. Well, simply put, 2 teams dropped out, which were above Missouri State, that being Slippery Rock and Robert Morris, Illinois.
They had an even worse weekend, if you can imagine.
Yeah, they dropped below us. And what it ends up being is that Missouri State and Oklahoma and Jamestown, they all kind of just push up a spot, and they all settle in. Missouri State at 13, Oklahoma at 14, Jamestown. Oklahoma is now 14.
Okay, Oklahoma's
as the new rankings, and
at any rate.
Oh, if you're looking at my stats, that is incorrect.
Okay, well, see, I never know whether to believe your statistical Steve or the live Steve.
I'm not sure exactly what you're looking at, Dan, because they're right there. They're ranked number 14.
I've got 15 on. Oh, I've got the wrong sheet. This is an old sheet.
It's an old sheet.
That's why. Okay.
See, I tell you what.
Yep. You got me this time.
I got you this time, finally.
So, yeah, they're ranked 14th now coming into this week. And that makes these two games this weekend extra special for both teams. However, Steve, I don't believe that either one of these teams is in fear of being knocked out of the playoffs with a couple of losses this weekend. It's all going to be a matter of who they play because of these two games. And, of course, it's always a good idea to be as high up as you possibly can. 13th would definitely get you a better matchup than if you finish this weekend in 14th position. Normally, we would say that being in 12th would be even better if we could somehow get to the number 12 position and get a bye the first week. But, Steve, you've got good reasons, for not believing that might necessarily be true.
Well, one of the reasons that I have is you get to play an extra game. And when you think about it in basketball, you get that play-in game. You know, you have to play at that 64th spot, and then you get to play in for the chance to play another game. And that's kind of what it is with finishing number 13 and below. So for Missouri State at this point, if they were to finish number 13, currently they'd play number 20 Pittsburgh for the chance to play number 4 Ohio. If they ended up in 12th, which there really is points-wise no chance for Missouri State to get a number 12 ranking at this unless something strange happens.
Really strange.
But then Missouri State would skip the first game, and then they would end up playing number 5 Iowa State, which the Ice Bears are familiar with. But the key here is before number 4 Ohio plays, before number 5 Iowa State plays, before number 6 Minot State plays, Missouri State would already have a game under their belt. And by having that game under their belt, you've gone 3 weeks without playing hockey. You get that first game in. Obviously, you're assuming you win that contest, and now you're ready to go for an even tougher opponent. So I think for Missouri State right now, at the position that they can hold, if they end up holding at number 13, it's going to bode well for them in the Nationals.
And that basically means what they want is at least to split with Oklahoma this weekend. If they can split with them, I'm pretty sure they're going to maintain position. They just can't afford 2 losses. They need to get a good one tonight so they don't have to worry about it tomorrow night.
Exactly, because if Oklahoma, who is on their heels, Oklahoma wins 2 games, these two teams could flip-flop, and then we're talking about Oklahoma with a little bit of an advantage.
We're getting ready for the announcements and the starting lineups from Kevin Thoreau, the public address announcer.
Let's get started with starting lineups for tonight's game. For the visiting Oklahoma Sooners, starting at a forward, number 11, Cameron Brown. Starting at a forward, number 18, Clayton Brown. Starting at a forward, number 39, Aaron Lara. Starting on defense for the Sooners, number 6, Tyler Lazarek. Starting on defense, number 23, Joe Vuolo. And starting in goal tonight for the Sooners, wearing number 31, Philip Babb. The Sooners are coached by head coach Josh Burge. And now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet and make some noise. Let's meet the starters for your Missouri State Ice Bears. Starting at forward, number 16, Josh Bell. Starting at a forward, number 10, Alex Turin. Starting at a forward, number 90, Nikita Sonika. And ladies and gentlemen, joining the Ice Bears on the ice tonight, standing in at 8 years old and a 3rd grade student at Marshfield Elementary, part of the Junior Bears ice hockey program, let's welcome Tristan Deckard to the ice. Starting on defense for the Bears, number 11, Brennan Anderson. Starting on defense, number 18, Chris Brown. And starting in goal tonight for your Ice Bears, number 30, Brendan Shook. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. And gentlemen, please remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of the national anthem performed tonight by Genevieve Valentine.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' rude glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our national anthem here from Mediacom Ice Park and the Stan Melton Ice Arena. Welcome to Bears hockey, and those of you listening on KBFL, sorry about the Bears 4-1 loss in 11 innings, but you now have Missouri State hockey, and hopefully the Ice Bears can make it a winning way here. And let's go back down to the ice as Dave Steckel is being introduced. The Missouri State Bears football coach to do the Ice Bears ceremonial puck drop.
Ladies and
And
gentlemen,
you'll
a
be
very
talking
warm
with him
welcome
at
to
the
Missouri
first
State
intermission
University
break, I believe.
football coach.
Yeah, we'll talk about the great start that the football Bears had this season and then just ran into a brick wall the second half of the season.
Well, you might talk about the great start part. I don't know if he's going to want to talk about the brick wall part.
Well, you know me as a reporter. I'm going to ask him some questions on
There
how
you
do
go.
they change and turn that around.
Got to do what you got to do, man. By the way, Genevieve Valentine, our national anthem performer tonight. What a great job she always does for us. Thank you very much, Genevieve. Welcome aboard. I'm Dan Lee. I've got the ice to your left, Steve Caston, the ice to your right. Alex Harmon is our videographer if you're watching on West Fork Radio. Dorian's handling the board back at KBFL, FM 96.9 and AM 1060. Let's play hockey.
Missouri State skating from the left to the right, and from the right to the left will be the Oklahoma Sooners, and quickly Oklahoma gets it into the Missouri State zone.
Quick attack, but a nice turn back by the defense of the Missouri State University Ice Bears, and they've got the puck.
Across the line to Josh Bell. He moves into the OU zone. Chipped into the near side board. Sent all the way around to Nikita Salnikov. Ice Bears with Salnikov, Turin, and Bell. They reunite on this top line. Now it'll go to Chris Brown. Defenseman drops it down in low to Turin. Turin spins around. 1 goal, 8 assists for Alex Turin this season. Drops it on the left side. A shot that's blocked in front. A good block by Clayton Brown. Puck is clear to the corner and moved out to center.
Brown will try to headman the puck up to the blue line. It comes, a collision, puck down on the floor, and it comes away to Josh Bell. Bell will tap it ahead to Salnikov. He's got speed. Across the blue line, tapping into the corner. Now all the way back into the far zone. It'll be taken back by Oklahoma as the Ice Bears want to go for a wholesale line change. Back behind his own goal is Isaac Bossy. Bossy will start the play to the right side. They feed to the right side and get it quickly to Giamona. He'll send it left side, and it'll be an icing call as no one able to touch it before it got the length of the ice. So we'll bring it back to the Oklahoma zone. 18, or was there a penalty? No. Babb was off in the corner, and I thought they pulled the goalie and we had a penalty on us, but he was just trying to clear some debris out of the corner there. So the icing call brings it back.
Yeah, Babb is one of those vocal goaltenders. Here come the Ice Bears immediately off the draw, and the beeline on now. Line of Zane O'Brien, Travis Barrett, and Jordan Bratton. Barrett did get the shot, and a save by Babb. 22 goals, 11 assists, 4 power play goals for Travis Barrett, who gets another shot and a save by Babb up high, again off the face-off, and he holds on to it.
And if you're watching on the internet and you're an Oklahoma fan, he's wearing the wrong jersey tonight. That's why you see a 31 instead of his customary 35.
Yeah, Brendan Manquin is number 31 normally, but Babb forgot his jersey, so he's going to be wearing that tonight. But it is him in nets.
As across the line comes D'Souza, and Paulo is ridden into the corner by the Ice Bears, and they come out. They've got the puck to Barrett.
He leads it left side. Barrett trying to work around Isaac Bossy, gets a shot in, and it sails to the near side. Now taken away by Del Casal. Gets it up to D'Souza, and they move it into the Missouri State zone.
Carson Warning there to recover the puck. Tips it ahead into the neutral zone. It comes. Ice Bears still on the attack. Barrett sends one goalward. Sticked into the corner by Babb. Onto the half board. Taken away. Out front. Rubin got it to the blue line, but it was not handled there. Johansson couldn't handle, and now he's got to wrestle it away from a charging Oklahoma Sooner. It comes all the way down low on the slot, and a good opportunity is steered aside by Heisero. Now it comes to the red line, and the Ice Bears have it, tip it into the zone. Back behind the goal, Babb will play it. He comes way out of the net to do it. Cooley, good to see him back on the ice. Is Cooley now in the corner?
Yeah, along with Brian Schumacher and Matt Matty. Schumacher checks to the far side. Cooley is there to put a check on him. Cooley left side. Now Schumacher intercepts. He has it. He shoots, and it's off the glove of Babb. Pushes his way through the crease. Johansson drops down in low, gives it to Cooley. Cooley for Missouri State, trying to move the puck. Cooley still with it. Hunter with 15 goals this season. Has it chipped away from him by Tyler Lazarick. 17-15 to go in the period. Near side boards. Puck is flipped out to center and all the way down into the Ice Bears zone. Well, we want to welcome to the broadcast booth the football coach of Missouri State, and Dave Steckel. And Coach, is this your first hockey game?
No, actually it's my second one here. That we're so busy and stuff, and this is perfect time. But it's my second one. It's absolutely exciting.
It's, and I want to get into a little bit of the football team as we can, while we can here. But, the team starts out 4-2. Everything looks great, and all of a sudden, 5 losses in a row. It's like you hit a brick wall. And the season was set up. Number 25, number 20, number 9, number 7, number 1. And we'll talk about that in a second. I know it's probably etched in your mind and how you're going to fix things like that.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of work to do with it. It was a plethora of things, but as I watch this hockey game with you, with the takeaway with the puck, it's even more dramatic when you take away the football.
Here's O'Day breaking across the line for Oklahoma as he'll steer it all the way down into the corner. And I can't wait for that interview with you at first intermission. Steve will be handling that.
Unfortunately, Dan, we're not going to do that because
we're not.
Coach has to. That's why he's on with us now. He's got other things to do.
Well, I'm just way behind the curve tonight, aren't I?
Well,
that's my fault. I got to go do another radio at the women's basketball. So we're trying to promote our spring practices coming up right now.
Hockey, women's basketball. I don't know, Coach.
Well, and besides,
I love them both.
Here's a drive in by Davis and a big save by Babb, and he holds on. And Coach, I can tell already that next year is going to be a different season, and we'll forget about the past. But what are you looking forward to? What do you want to do for next season? Things that you want to accomplish?
The thing we got to do is obviously get better, and then we got to really get better on the offensive line this year. We lost a lot of experience there. So Coach Kramer, we got a new offensive line coach. Coach Koff took off to Arkansas State, which is awesome. And Coach Kramer's going to do a great job with that O-line. We get that building, we protect the football. I'm expecting really big things.
And by the way, I don't blame you about the Lady Bears. They're about the hottest ticket in town right now, aren't they? That's going to be a good game.
You know what? You're right. But look at the fans here and the crowd you guys got here is just phenomenal. It's great.
Shot on goal is covered up. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but a shot on goal covered up by Brendan Schuck for the Ice Bears. His first save tonight. We're still tied 0-0. 15-18 left in the scoreless first period.
You can interrupt me all the time you want. My wife always does, so I'm used to it.
But, the one thing about Bears sports in general is lately, like Dan was saying, it's starting to become big. There was a time when Bears sport was great through the early 2000s, and things just kind of changed a little bit. There have been tough times. and things are starting to change. And it's a good time to be a Bear.
It absolutely is. I try to tell the town, the city to bear up all the time, and come out and support. Look at these great young college athletes playing out here. And the beauty about your hockey team is they're out here doing it for free and loving the game of hockey. And to see this crowd out here is awesome.
Big check that time on Aaron Laura, and the Ice Bears bring it into the zone.
2-on-2. Bell had it for a moment. He's trying to get it. Now we're going to get a penalty against Missouri State. They're going to call Bell on that one.
Well, Babb is not leaving. Now finally he gets the word, and in he comes, and the Ice Bears will have to defend behind their own goal. They finally touch up, and it's going to be a penalty.
It's a high stick, and Bell is exactly what I'm saying. Where did that high stick come from? I don't believe it was, but they're going to call it that. Well, Coach, as we're talking to Dave Steckel, the head coach of Missouri State football, you guys, attendance is slow to get going. It's starting to get there. People are starting to come back and understand that Bears football is fun. It's fun again.
It is fun again. I appreciate you saying that.
And that's the one thing. Obviously, it's difficult when you've had some tough times. How do you get people excited to Bears football?
But it's just like anything. You got to win. You got to win, and you got to have some enthusiasm about it. I think what they do with Bear Village is great. Then we get them all in the stands and all those kind of things. But, it's the old field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. So, look at you got a great hockey team.
Bosley with the one-timer. Hate to interrupt, but Bosley with the one-timer for Oklahoma. Tipped in on the redirect, and Oklahoma is going to take an early 1-0 lead here. Coming up with the goal on the redirect, I believe, is going to be Josh Pusar. And Oklahoma up 1-0. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Keep interrupting me. That's fine.
Well, unfortunately, that's the third time it's happened to Missouri State where they've had the first goal of the game scored against them. And it's just kind of a nice lineup and may have been tipped in. The initial shot came from Bossy, but I believe he'll get the assist. And the tip-in makes it 1-0 in favor of the visitor team. Well, and very much like the earlier contest between these two teams, tough, hard-nosed end-to-end action. There's another couple of chances for Oklahoma, and Shuck this time able to clamp down on top of the third rebound.
This is a beautiful sport. I'm just in awe with these players.
Well, appreciate that. And, the one thing about football, and I always tell people, I say, football's tough, but you play one game a week. Hockey, you're playing full speed, sometimes 3 games a week. And I know football players are big and strong and tough, but come on, you got to give it to hockey players.
There's no question. Not only do you got to play a couple games a week, you got to play on a little piece of steel on an ice ground. So I'm just in awe with their athleticism, their change of direction, and their toughness goes unquestionable.
Assisted by number 17 and number 81.
So they give Raymond Wilson an assist as well, and it's 1-0 Oklahoma.
Yep, Wilson gets the assist. Pusar does get the goal, and for him, that is his 13th of the season. He leads the team.
So a 1-0 Oklahoma advantage here with 13:11 left in the first period as the forechecking starts to be applied by the Ice Bears. And they hold it in the zone.
Ice Bears with Cooley. He doesn't work it at the half boards. Tries to step around White. He does. Gives it to Schumacher. Ice Bears trail 1-0. Here's a drive in. Missing to the left. Johansson got that shot. Cooley gets it down off of his stick. Off of the back of a boot. It comes right in front to Matty, and he missed it to the corner. Now sent down in low. Working it at the half boards once again is Schumacher. Brown comes in to help out. Finch is in there for OU. Tipped away from him. Matty checks it to the corner. Off of his stick, Finch to clear it, and it's off the glove of Brown. This will be a hand. Oh, no, they let it go, and Brown will regain.
Quick line change. Ice Bears tried to catch him. Cooley got caught instead at the blue line, and now we're going to go to Fish City.
Oh, we're going to get a punch. Cooley throws a punch to Lazarick, and we know that Cooley's going to go.
And he'll probably be the only one. They got their gear tangled up, and Hunter Cooley took it personally. Well, they're going to get them both.
Yeah, Hardy Woodward says both. And rough. They're going to get them both for rough, and honestly,
I thought that was more Cooley than anybody.
That was more Cooley, but no, they're going to get them both. Well, Coach, one final question. I know you got to get going, but I didn't get a chance to check the schedule. I know it's out. What's the first home game for Missouri State?
The first home game, and I don't know the exact date because I always worry about that first one, but I know it's Kennesaw, and I want to say it's the 3rd week of September.
Yeah, I know you're on the road for a couple of games, and then,
yes, sir.
then you come home. And hopefully by that time you come up with a couple of W's and you pack the house at Plaster Stadium.
That would be awesome. It really would.
All right, well, Coach Dave Steckel joining us, the head coach of Missouri State football. And again, we appreciate it and enjoy the rest of the hockey game.
Thank you. Bear up.
All right, thank you.
Take care, Coach. Matching roughing calls up on the board. We'll skate 4-on-4 for a little while. Ice Bears win the draw. Can't control, though. It comes away to Oklahoma. Take care. In on goal, Johansson will intercept as he pushes it back around the corner. And the Ice Bears come out.
To Missouri State, number 24,
Here's
Hunter
Bell.
Cooley. Both 2-minute minors for roughing at 7:41 of the first period.
To Selnicka, back to Bell, he missed it.
For roughing.
Brown has it tipped off of his blade. And it comes the other direction. Now Brown scoops it back up, sends it in deep to Bossy. Bossy all by himself, but we're going to get a whistle behind the play. And is that an icing call? That was a long call on an icing.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get an icing. 11:48 remaining in the period. And a 1-0 lead for Oklahoma.
So we'll face it off to the right of Phil Babb. Familiar name here in the Springfield Parks. He played for the Springfield Express for quite a while. Basically an old friend who is a new enemy for us now, and he does a great job in goal for Oklahoma. As he plays it himself behind the goal, tries to wing it around the boards. Josh Bell will step in front.
On the left side, Bell will give it to Carson Warnig. Warnig comes into Bell, and he tipped it in the middle and just wide to the right. Now to the half boards. Bell to bow to forward along with Pusar. Bell is there, sends it down in low. White intercepts for OU. Salnikov on his heels, and it's taken away by the Sooners. Kicked out to center, but the Ice Bears shoot it right back in. A bouncer that bounced up over the glove of Babb, and had it been on net, that would have been a goal.
Yeah, just a little bit wide, but that one had him fooled. And Carson Warning with a huge hit on the half board. The Ice Bears get the puck out to neutral ice. Oklahoma's going to have to retreat momentarily. Now we're going to get a whistle and another penalty. Or just an offside. I think we're just offside.
Or maybe the net dislodged.
Yeah, that could be too.
No, it is offside. It's going to come outside the zone.
Okay, so we'll come back out on the near side. 10:53 left first period. 1-0 Oklahoma Sooners with the advantage over the Missouri State University Ice Bears. I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Casson. Alex Harmon, our videographer tonight if you're watching on westsportsradio.com, but we also welcome you if you're listening on KBFL FM 96.9 AM 1060. Puck dumped into the corner.
Chased
diagonally
in by Joe Buello. Intercepted by OU. Calling for it is Bossy, and he'll have it left side.
Bossy has help down the middle, can't get it to him. Nice poke check that time coming from Turin. Puck back behind the goal, taken away by Brennan Anderson. Anderson streaking up left wing.
Across the Ice Bears bench, now into the zone. Left side, looking for some help. Turin lets it go. Now Anderson with a good leap to get around Bossy. Anderson gets pushed hard. Getting dumped is Turin. He's still there. It's caught in his skate. Finally goes to the point. Held in by Brown, and a drive tipped in by Launder on the ice now and held on to by Babb.
Coincidental roughing calls have expired. We're back at 5-5 hockey.
10:06 to go in the period, and a 1-0 lead for Oklahoma. Pusar's 13th. The assist goes to Bossy and Wilson, and that one coming at 6:56 of the period. 1-0 in favor of OU. Off the draw. Oklahoma will have it at the corner. It's tipped out and clean out to center ice, and a lead for Del Casal.
Del Casal will try to shoot one around the outstretched stick of Johansson, and it's deflected up into the netting out of play, and it'll go to the left of goaltender Brendan Schuck for the faceoff. 5-5 shots on goal. Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, Dan, the last time these two teams played, Missouri State in game 1, White got the power play goal, and it was Cooley and Barrett to score for the Ice Bears in the 2-1 victory. The next night, Cooley got the first goal, and then it was Launder and then Brown for OU, and Missouri State took a 2-1 lead, and now they come racing in, and Davis gets a shot that gets deflected off the glove of Babb and up and out of play. Face-off will stay in the zone.
And I mean, Babb just barely got a lace on that puck. Barely got that thing out there far enough to deflect it away. So a good effort that time from Austin Davis. Face off to the right of Babb.
Ice Bears win the draw. They'll get it to Johansson, right side. Pad save, rebound. Saunders save again. Down in low, and Saunders has it tipped away from him. Ice Bears with it again. And a shot that gets deflected from the left side off of Sam Heiseroth's stick. And we're going to keep it in the zone as it goes off an Oklahoma player. So the face-off will stay in the zone. 9:28 to go in the period. And still 1-0 Oklahoma. And it is packed. Got word, Dan, a complete sellout here once again.
Oh, yeah.
At Mediacom.
Everybody knows this is the last chance to see the Ice Bears play this year. And what a team they've enjoyed.
At least at home.
At least at home, yeah.
They'll move on to the Nationals.
Joy flips the puck into the zone. Hussar couldn't get to it, but it's off the stick of an Ice Bear and kept in the zone. Here's a shot from the right point that whistles wide to the left. To the near half board they come. Now back across the way and out of the zone on the right-hand side. Giamona sends it back the other way for Oklahoma. It comes back behind the net, played by Brandon Shuck. He'll wing it around on the near half board. They'll fight for it there. Now it's finally broken out. Here come the Ice Bears.
Across the line, left side. It goes to Bratton with a drive save, bouncing puck, and Travis Barrett is there.
And that was flipped with a glove. That should have been controlled pass, hand pass there.
Yeah, and the officials let it go. But the defensive zone, you can do that, so maybe that's why they let it go. Puck is cleared out into the Missouri State zone, and here is a lead pass to Scott Joy.
And they'll wrestle for it down into the corner. Now it's sent out into the slot. Nobody there but Ice Bears. Here's Johansson.
3-on-2 into the zone. Offside, as they're saying O'Brien came in just a little bit too soon. And we'll have the offside with 8:23 to go in the period. And the faceoff will come just outside the Oklahoma zone. The nearest faceoff dot, which will be the near side boards faceoff dot. Shots are 7-6 in favor of Missouri State, but they trail on the scoreboard by a count of 2-1.
And
no, it's 1-0.
Yeah.
All the games have been 2-1, and that's what I had on my mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, but you know what? This game is so similar to those 2-1 contests, it's not even funny.
It is completely similar. Puck down in low with 8:05. It's in the Oklahoma zone, and Brown will have it. That is Cameron Brown. He gets it out to center and back in the Missouri State zone where it's gloved by the Ice Bears goaltender Brendan Schuck. He'll hold on. Didn't go over the numbers for the goaltenders, but Brendan Schuck for Missouri State in 9 games. He's 8-0 with a 2.34 goals against average, a 907 save percentage. He's allowed 20 goals this season, does not have a shutout. And it's Phil Babb in nets for Oklahoma, 13-9, 2.51 goals against average, 927 save percentage. He's allowed 59 goals this season and does have 2 shutouts.
Ice Bears with the puck now as they win the draw. Matt Matty doing the honors.
Brings it across the line to Cooley, who's fresh out of the penalty box. Now it'll go to Finch. Cooley on his heels, tried to steal the puck away, and we're going to get a penalty against Missouri State.
No, I don't believe that one. And it's a nice pass down ice. Coming in for a shot opportunity that time was Jolie, but he couldn't get the shot away. The Ice Bears touch up, and I'm sorry, but he got puck on that. Cooley got all puck on that attempt.
And they're going to call him for hooking.
Yeah, and that's not, no. That did not happen.
Well, you can believe that all you want.
Yeah, I know. Yep, they're going to call it anyway, but kind of a raw deal there.
Missouri State on the penalty kill, 85.2%. They've allowed 29 goals for 196 attempts. On the power play for Oklahoma, they are 16.3, 20 for 123. Now keep in mind, against Missouri State, the last 2 games, their power play has been kind of technically hot. They were 2 for 3 actually in all the games. They were, 2 for 3 in one game, but then they were 0 for 7 in the other.
And here they are back on the power play, but the Ice Bears managed to flip it out of the zone.
Missouri State has 8 shorthanded goals this season. It'll go to the line, and Bell is there and take it away from him and kick right back in the Missouri State zone.
On their own blue line now, they find a little bit of room to get it out into neutral ice and kill a little time.
Yeah, Sooners will have possession. They work it up.
Wilson brings it back in, feeds it to Bossy. Bossy trying to toe drag into the slot, now feeds it down low, and Shuck sprawling out, gets a skate on one side and has to dive back to the other side on his left and clamp down with the glove to stop play with 1:13 left in the penalty. Shuck with yeoman's work right there to keep this a 1-0 hockey game. Both teams will get full line changes. 7-on-7 shots on goal. But a 1-0 Oklahoma lead as they'll face this one off to the left of Brendan Shuck. And it is won by Oklahoma, and they'll set up the power play. Working it down on the wing. Now back out top on the right-hand point is D'Souza. Paulo sends it low, and this one deflected up high off the top of the glass, still in play. Under the right corner goes Clayton Brown. Brown gets tied up there, has to get rid of the puck. Comes out into the middle, sent out toward the blue line, held in nicely on the point by D'Souza as he gloves it back down. And the power play continues. 45 seconds left. D'Souza with a shot. Knocked down out in front by Saunders. Now another shot. Saved. Rebound scooped away, and down it comes the length of the ice.
6:05 to go in the first period. 1-0 Oklahoma. Fresh line change for Missouri State. And the Sooners will work it with D'Souza. Down the middle. Gets it over to the right side to Finch. Offside as he came in the zone. And 24 seconds to go on the power play. Faceoff comes outside of the Missouri State.
Standing room only here at Jordan Valley Ice Park on the Stan Milton Ice Arena.
It is absolutely packed. Louis here from the St. Louis Cardinals. They had a Cardinal special. You can go in for $4 to general admission.
You know, I've always had a fear about those mascots like Louis.
Really? What's your fear?
Then I'll be sitting there minding my own business and they do that swallow your head deal. I hate that. Oklahoma still has a few seconds left on the power play. 6 as a matter of fact, but they're way back in their own end. Now they'll try the rush. And it is tipped back and way up into the air and out in front it comes out of nowhere. And luckily it bounced the right way for the Ice Bears and went the other direction. Penalty expires. Ice Bears have 5 skaters and they've have the puck.
Across the line, dragging it is Davis. Gets a hold of it. Shot from an odd angle, goes up high. Bell is there for Missouri State. Kicked out to center and shoved over to Hunter Lane. And the Ice Bears will catch Oklahoma in a line change and move it across 3-on-3 to Bell. And a shot sails through the crease. Bell is there to chase. Couldn't tip it away from Josh Pusar. Has the only goal in this hockey game right now. And that is Pusar's 13th of the season. He leads Oklahoma in goals.
Wilson drags it across the blue line, but is tipped right back out again. Bossy will send it down as a couple of quick changes. Ice Bears come up with the puck at the blue line. They'll feed it out quickly.
3-on-3 into the zone. Johansson in front to Lounder, and he couldn't tip it. Taken by Sollenbach. His first game back after an upper body injury. Was out 5 games. Sollenbach kicks it ahead to himself. Working it to the corner. Taken away from him by Bossy. Interference. Oh, they're going to call hooking. Either way, it's going to be a power play for Missouri State.
And that will be the first power play opportunity of the night for the Ice Bears.
They're going to call hooking on Pusar, but either way, it's 2 minutes, and that's a good thing.
This comes with 4:23 left in the first period. So now what are we going to do for first period intermission now that the coach is gone?
Dan, I've been trying to figure that out. It's going to be some kind of replay. I don't know what that replay is, but we're going to play something.
Is it time? Oh!
Tipped in front. Cooley, and a big save by Babb. Now here's Bell. What are you trying to say? Time for what? Here's Bell's shot. Just missed wide.
Well, we got too much action to be.
Yeah, Solnikov gets it into Cooley. Now they work with it. Left side. Nikita Solnikov, leading scorer, into Cooley. He falls down, loose puck in front, and Babb is able to cover it as Anderson was in there for a second opportunity. What do you want, Dan?
I was wondering if it might be time to pull up the interview.
Oh, I have to find it. You are really, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be so much fun? But I would have to find it.
You know exactly which one I'm talking about.
I know exactly.
You had to do it twice to get it.
Yeah.
3:55 left first period. Oklahoma with a 1-0 advantage.
Let me see if I can find it. If I have it here.
Well, in the meantime, another nice opportunity for the Ice Bears off the draw as Josh Bell sends a drive in, but Babb equal to that, and it's still a 1-0 hockey game. Shots on goal should read 8-7 in favor of the Ice Bears right now, as it was 7-7 a moment ago, and that one was definitely on goal. Now they changed it to 9-7. Okay, now we're caught up. And it'll be Sasha Perron stepping into the face-off circle.
No. That's Cooley.
Oh, I thought it was a 7.
No.
Yep, that's a 2.
And the reason I say that is Perron has been suspended because of his incident that he had on the linesman.
Right.
So he has been suspended for the remainder of the season.
My mind and my eyes saw a 7, and that's all that came out of my mouth.
Fans yelling, "Let's go Bears." 3:31 remaining in the first period. Bell comes in. He works with Anderson. They try to move it away from Bossy. It will come up high, shot in by Brown, deflected to the near side, taken away and cleared all the way down on the fly, and it's gloved by Shuck.
That had some velocity, didn't it?
That was a line drive to second base.
Yeah.
And, he was able to stop that one.
So the Ice Bears will try to start from their own end. 38 seconds left in the power play. They got to get organized, and they can't get it done. It's taken away. Nice steal by Beam. Beam in on goal shot. Oh, it hit the post on the No, it went in. It went in.
I think that deflected off of a skate.
A shorthanded goal for Oklahoma as it went in off of a skate. I thought it went off the post, but it went in off of a skate. And guess, well, now, okay, are they going to call it or not? I guess they did.
Well, yeah, and we'll have to take a look at it again if you're looking on Web Sports Radio's live TV. But somehow, or if not, it was put back on the rebound, and I think it was. I think it was put back on the rebound, and I would believe they're going to give it to Brown. Clayton Brown, I believe, is going to be the goal scorer. We'll catch it in a second.
Well, we do know it was all started by a wonderful steal by Michael Beam of Oklahoma. So he'll at least get an assist as the Ice Bears left the door open. Shoot, they gave him the key to the door.
2-0 Oklahoma.
And it'll come back out into neutral ice, and that should be a tripping call in Oklahoma.
Goal scored shorthanded by number 88, Paulo de Sousa. Assisted by number 16, Michael Bem, and by number 22, Jackson Giamona. Time of the goal at 17:06 in the first period. Scored shorthanded by number 88, assisted by number 16 and number 22.
So Beam will get an assist along with Giamona. De Sousa gets the goal, and that is his third of the season. And we'll watch it on replay, Dan. Looking at it on replay, he did get a stick on it in the crease.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe because of the motion that it might have hit a skating in, but no. And as we get a whistle for a stoppage in play, let's take a look at that opportunity here, and right there in front. So definitely a nice puck waiting in the crease.
Yeah, just a great steal by Beam, too, to get that whole thing started. So the only power play of the night so far for the Ice Bears goes horribly wrong, and it's a 2-0 Oklahoma advantage here at Jordan Valley Ice Park. Minute and a half left here in the first period.
Well, you know what I always say about a 2-goal hockey lead.
Hardest goal to keep, or hardest lead to keep in hockey.
Worst lead in hockey.
Yeah, worst lead in hockey.
So
Oklahoma trying to go back on the attack. Ice Bears have Carson Warning to defend, but he sent it right to a red and gray jersey, and it comes out finally to the neutral zone and tipped away momentarily. Working close to a minute left in the first period. Oklahoma with the puck in the neutral zone. They'll try to dump it in and run. Carson Warning is there first. Oh, lost it off the end of his stick, but there to cover up his Turin. Turin is ridden off the play. Now the sticks are down on the ice as Turin lost his. Centering pass slides through everybody. Turin out there without a stick trying to hustle his man off of the puck, and he succeeded.
And
now the Ice Bears have it.
Too.
Yeah, and goes straight to the bench. Ice Bears trying to work it out of the zone. 35 seconds left. They finally do get it up as far as the red line. Mishandled momentarily by Oklahoma, but they get it right back. Hot pass off the boards comes to the Ice Bears. Now chipped at the red line, back to the blue line in Ice Bear territory. Sent out of there and into Oklahoma space. 17 seconds left in the first period. Here's an intercept by the Ice Bears as Brown got there.
Yeah, they're trying to get something done. Solnikoff with 11 has a 2-on-1 maybe. Solnikoff behind the net. Good defensive play by Bossy. 5 seconds to go, and that should do it for the period as Solnikoff won't give up. The buzzer sounds, and it's 2-0 in favor of Oklahoma. Shots on goal in the period, 9 on each goaltender. Brendan Shuck facing 9, and Philip Babb facing 9. Just 2 goals. Goal number 1 for Oklahoma is Pusar's 13th. Bossy and Wilson getting the assists, and it is 1-0 in favor of Oklahoma. And then the Sooners take a 2-0 lead on a shorthanded goal. De Sousa skates through Beam and Giamona with the assist, and that's where we are after 1 period of play. Well, Dan, in honor of the St. Louis Cardinals promotion and Louis being here, I thought we would replay the interview with Dan Ryder, who is the general manager of the St. Louis Cardinals. I said that. It's the Springfield Cardinals. I don't want to give him a promotion just yet.
Not yet.
But I think I may have in the interview, too. But we're going to talk to Dan Ryder, who is the Springfield Cardinals general manager. And we'll do that in moments as the Ice Bears, after one period of play, number 13 trails number 14 Oklahoma by a count of 2-0. We'll be back in a moment.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey, now through February. Exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
Well, it is our pleasure now. We have a lot of people that end up joining us. What are you looking at, Dan?
Well, all of a sudden, Alex Harmon, Alex Somm grew a beard and dark hair, and now he's Alex Harmon.
I told you it was Alex earlier. You weren't paying attention.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't.
That's okay.
We changed cameramans in the middle of the stream.
Let's get on to bigger and better, though, because we have Dan Ryder, who is the general manager of the St. Louis. I almost put you in a different position there, of the Springfield Cardinals. And Dan, it's glad to have you here. I know baseball season is just about to start, and I'll tell you what, every time, it doesn't matter who's playing, but every time I go to Hammons Field, most of the time I go for a Cardinals game, but that draws me in. What's it like to play in such a great facility as Hammons Field?
You know, I think the field itself is maybe the best in all of baseball, Major League, Minor League, and I think that our groundskeeper and his crew, there's a reason they keep winning Field of the Year awards. And I think when it comes down for Missouri State, what an amazing recruitment tool to be able to bring players in there in high school and be able to show them this field that's, keeps winning best field in AA. And I think the other testament to the field itself has been when you ask other players that aren't Cardinals their favorite minor league stadium, they say Hammons Field. And I think the amount of work that goes in there was one of the two things that surprised me the most about working with baseball. The groundskeepers are so passionate. They don't just mow the grass, it's a science. And they work so hard at it, and I'm glad that that's something you notice, because they do. They work tirelessly. They're watching apps on their phones for weather. They're checking the updates. They come in on every weekend to make sure it's mowed and it stayed fresh. So the field itself takes an unbelievable amount of work.
Now, one thing I want to understand, because I've seen this. Now, I went to a game and it rained, and I mean it poured like crazy, and I thought, game's done, forget it. And then I start hearing from people, oh, don't worry, we're good to go. And a public address announcer says, give us about an hour, we should be ready to go. And then I see them start to kind of squeegee the grass, so to speak. Now, apparently, there are drains underneath the outfield somewhere. So I have two questions.
Yes.
One, what is it all about? And two, wouldn't you normally just trip over what's there? What kind of draining system is it?
Yeah, it's again, the drainage system itself, I've heard estimates before, and it's before I was there when it was built, is about $650,000 worth of drainage.
Wow.
There's levels of rock, of sand. They build in the pipes so they can go to the Jordan River. And so whenever you have that in there, it's built in almost the diamond, how it's kind of the diamond shape. There's both left field and right field, and you take those squeegees and you move it in there. But on top of it, you kind of have what you think of as a typical drain. There's actually a thin layer that you put back over it, so the field plays, so if a player is running over it, he doesn't trip on one of the drains. But man, I'll tell you, you're kind of breaking my heart talking about the tarp. I hate that thing. Probably the things I hate the most in my life is the number one, the tarp. Again, it's a necessary evil that it does allow us to be able to play more. But man, I hate that tarp, and the hardest thing that I have to do in my entire job, the hardest thing as a general manager is dealing with weather. Because you want the players to be safe, you want the fans to be safe, you want people to get their money's worth, and it's such a hard decision on if you're going to delay it, if you're going to cancel it. It is the least favorite part of my job, but I am glad that we have that drainage system so that we're able to play it and to get as many games in as possible.
Oh, it absolutely phenomenal. I remember it was a situation where you had to get 2 games in. It had to do something with your standings, whether or not you were going to make the playoffs or something like that, and you had to get those games in. You could have played the next day, but then you were going on the road. It was some strange, crazy thing where you had to get a game in that night, and it was raining. And when all was said and done, I mean, seriously, I thought the game was going to go maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning because of what was happening. And that field was ready to go probably 9:30 at night. By the time we got done, it was 11. But, you got the game in, and I've never seen anything like – I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I know.
Just to see
I can't even stand to get on the roof and sweep the leaves out of my gutter, let alone –
it's absolutely crazy.
It takes a village. I think it's a lot like this, where there's so many people that come in to make the experience here for hockey, from the top down, that it takes everyone chipping in, and baseball's no different. I mean, it's so much teamwork that goes in there, and honestly, you try to hope that the fans don't notice how hard it is. And I think it's the same thing here is just watching the people getting the ice ready, watching the staff that's working behind the concessions. It does take, it takes a village to get it done, and our staff does that. They chip in wherever they can. Because the number one thing we always say is if the game doesn't happen, nothing else matters.
Well, let's get down to the brass tacks here. When do you get to play on that beautiful field this year?
Our home opener is going to be on April 11th. So the Bears are going to be playing a little bit before that. I believe they start at the end of this month. So baseball's coming. It's coming fast. I know that actually Missouri State, they started on the road today. But our home opener for this Cardinals is going to be on April 11th. So we are gearing up for it. We're really excited. We're kind of having a bold statement this year when we're telling people don't buy season tickets. So it's kind of a thing we're telling people don't buy season tickets.
A little reverse psychology? Or
no, we eliminated season tickets.
Completely?
Oh, seriously?
Season tickets are gone. However, we are proud to introduce memberships.
Explain this.
But what I'll say, though, is we did a lot of research into this. And one of the trends that I think you're going to see across all of sports, people are going to get rid of season tickets. We're just kind of on the early side of it. And the reason being is that people have changed, and the teams, we need to change with them. So we're introducing our program that now if you miss a game, you trade it in for any other game you want. If you don't like the games that are in your package, trade it for any other game you want. But I think the really cool part about it's going to be is that you can buy a package that's only 2 games a month, but then you're going to get a card, and you can walk into every single game. So even though you might only have, the 2 games a month, you can walk in every Friday night to watch every fireworks show. You can come in on every Thursday night and eat some dollar brats and go home. So we're really excited. This is going to be one of the most innovative ticket programs in the entire country.
Okay,
and it starts with don't buy season tickets.
Okay, I am interested in this. Now, how does that work? What's the cost?
The cost is $95 for the entire year. So $95, you're going to get seats to 2 games a month, which is 10 games, but then you have that access pass to walk into all 70 Cardinals games.
Now, do you pay extra with the extra games, or
what's that?
It's free.
You don't pay extra for the extra games?
No, you're going to have your seats for those set number of games, but then you're going to have a pass to come in for general admission. It's general admission. It's kind of the benches along the back. It's the grass area. We're working on making some improvements so the standing areas are a little bit better. But we're extremely excited, and we think that the key to this is that we're stopping to sell a product that we tried to sell, and we're trying to give people a product that they want that works for their schedule. And that's kind of one of the things we've realized is we want people to control their schedule, not listen to what we tell them it is. So we're very excited for this.
I think that is a phenomenal idea, and I'll be the first to sign up because for $90, I mean, you're going to pay, let's say you pay 95?
95.
Okay, I'll pay the extra 5 too.
But it's not enough to
be careful. I mean, you're ready. I'll take credit cards on the spot. I mean, again, I'm a salesman in nature.
All right, here you go. Here's my credit card. But seriously, because you pay. Okay, so you pay $13 for a ticket. Now, if you're locked into 13, and I know you get a little bit of a discount with a season ticket, but let's say for the topic of conversation, 10. So to make it easy, you're locked in to 10 tickets for how many home games normally?
Normally we have 70 home games, but this package is for 10 of those 70.
Okay, so that's like a $700 investment. Now all of a sudden,
it's $95.
It's $95. You get to go to 2 games a month, and the average person probably, I mean, you're going to have people that will go almost every night, but the average person is probably going to go normally to 2 or 3, and then you have the option to get in there for, like you said, for
just walk in and watch some extra fireworks, some bonus.
Yeah, go to the general admission with your family, and do you still have family packages and things like that?
No, it's just per person. So that's kind of thing is that we looked at them, and honestly, we need to crawl before we walk. And
Right.
we think this year we've done a lot of planning to do this the best we can. But I think we are going to have some problems, and the reason is it's such a new program. So we need to see how it's going to work, and we're trying to tell our new members that when you see a problem, tell us fast because we want to work it out. And that's the thing we've been trying to tell our people that have had season tickets for the last 14 years, like, help us. We're trying to do a program that's better by you. And I think the biggest part, no one wants to waste money. No one does. And I think that's one of the best features is that if you miss a game, you bring back that ticket to any other game you want.
So
it's just such a great way to make sure no one wastes their own money.
On the reverse side, you do have people that come every game.
We do.
That's kind of their livelihood, so to speak. It's going to be more expensive, right, for somebody who wants a season ticket?
We offer different packages. So the 95 is the one that, like, we want to appeal to the masses, but yes, you have your diehards. And we are doing something really cool for them, too, though. So if you are one of those people that wants to come to every single game, or you're a business that wants to have tickets for every single game, we're actually going to put their business name on their seat. So that if you're one of those people that wants to come to every single game, that I would walk in and I would see Dan Ryder on my seat. So it's something that we're trying to, and that's the part, is that, you know, I want to make this for families. I want to make this for every single person in this entire region. But we also know we have those diehards, and we have those businesses that want to have every single game. So we've made sure to have packages that we hope appeal to everybody, and we do think it's going to be an emotional thing. If you're a fan and you walk in and you see your name on your seat, if you do buy that, like we're calling it the MVP membership, that's going to be cool. And I think it's going to be a really cool thing. You're going to see a lot of people changing their social media profile pics to be their name on their seat.
Now, if I buy the $95 package, which sounds like a great deal for someone like me.
It's all about the Benjamins with this guy, you know.
No, it's
value.
not.
People want value, though.
Let me tell you what it's about. Will I get a special card that has my name on it and it says that, hey, I'm Steve and who I am?
That's going to be your membership card. So that's going to be, you're going to have that card so that if you want to walk in for an extra fireworks night and you walk, say you're downtown. Say for example, it was a doubleheader from hockey to baseball. You know, I don't think the timing exactly works unless you're at spring training, but but you would be able to be downtown on a Friday night, go to dinner, and say, you know what, let's use our card. Let's walk in and watch some fireworks just for some extra fun. So, but yes, your name will be on that special membership card so you can get your bonus baseball.
I like it.
I do too. That's a great plan.
It really is.
I want to ask you some real, actual baseball questions.
You bring it.
I have always wondered about being a coach in a farm system for a Major League Baseball team, or for hockey, or for any other sport for that matter. To me, that seems like a harder job than actually being on the top level, because you've got players coming, you've got them going, they drop down, they raise up, and you never have the same team all season long. How do you maintain a certain level and a certain amount of success when you don't know from week to week for sure who you're going to have on the roster?
You know, it always starts at the top. And what I mean is that when you're a coach at one of those minor league levels, you have to buy in to what the parent club's doing. And you understand that the greater good is wins in the big leagues, not wins in the minors. And that's what they do. I think every coach we've ever had, every manager we've ever had, believes in what the St. Louis Cardinals are trying to do to be able to win their next World Series. And, you know, when you mention which one's harder, what I'll say is that when you're at the top, yes, your guys, they're the best of the best talent. However, can you imagine dealing with the media scrutiny that they do nonstop? The pressure that they have to win. I think that the pressure and the stress is even 20 times fold what they see, 100 times fold in the big leagues compared to the minors. But the minors, I do think a big part of it is believing in your parent club. And the Cardinals, when you look at it, a big part of the Cardinals' major league coaching staff have been guys that coach for them in the minors. So the Cardinals don't just promote their players, they've been promoting their coaching staff. And that helps people from across baseball believe that if you go to the Cardinals, you have a chance to be a big leaguer, whether you're a player or you're a coach.
Now, do you actually have meetings with those higher echelon coaches and they say, okay, this is what we're trying to do this month, we need these guys to do this and what have you?
Do I? No, I am not on that. That's way more skilled than I'm allowed to deal with. Way more skilled. But that's the part of the business and the baseball. And I'm privy to some great conversations. I'll tell you guys, John Mozeliak, the president of baseball operations for the Cardinals, I don't know if I've ever been around someone that I just want to shut up and listen to. And the reason being, he's so smart and he's such a great leader, and he brings a vision to everything he does, and people want to be around him to buy into that vision. So as a Cardinal fan, and I am a fan, I feel great with the state of the organization, knowing it's led by the DeWitt family and John Mozeliak with the baseball operations.
What are some of the names we have to look forward to this season? Some of the guys that you think are going to do an outstanding job for the Cardinals organization?
I have no idea yet. And I say that because when you go to spring training, you don't know who's going to end up on your minor league roster. A few years ago, for example, we were telling people, Michael Wacha is going to anchor our rotation. This guy's going to be amazing. Well, he did so good at spring training, he never showed up in Springfield. He started out in AAA. So right around April 1st, we'll know who's going to be coming to town, and our staff will be doing a lot of really fast research to know which players we're going to have. But that's the name of the game. You know, you want guys that want to excel. We hope they want to get out of Springfield because we want them moving on to help out the big league club. Dan
Ryder is the general manager for the Springfield Cardinals. Dan, two quick questions here. One, I'm looking at the ring on your finger. Which one is that?
That is the 2013 National League Championship ring.
Very nice. And what brought you to Springfield? What put you in the position that you're in right now?
Sure, I went to high school here. I graduated from Springfield Catholic High School. Went to school in state at Mizzou. Then I won a TV contest to be president of the Cardinals for a day, right before the Springfield Cardinals started in 2005. So I landed a job with the company I loved, and I've slowly worked my way up over the last 14 years from the last throw-in hire they had to vice president and general manager.
Moral of the story, if they're going to have a contest about being a general manager for a day, take it.
There you go. Dan, you going to let us sit in the dugout next time?
Well, again, it goes into it. I don't think the manager would let me. I'm not going to step on the field. I know my role. My role's in the business side. Okay, guys, thank you very much for having me today.
Appreciate it. We'll be in the clubhouse, the upper echelon clubhouse, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Up high in the skybox.
All right.
Thank you, Dan. Come back and see us again.
Absolutely.
All right. That is Dan Ryder, the general manager of the Springfield Cardinals. And again, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Your best source for awards of any kind is always Bowles Trophy House in Springfield. Trophies, plaques, medals, gifts, ribbons, and more. You get top quality and great service at Bowles Trophy House, serving Springfield and Southwest Missouri for over 40 years. Call them at 417-869-8720.
And if you need embroidery work done, logos, digitizing, and more, come to Banners and Brainstorms in Bowles Trophy House at 601 South Kimbrough.
It's time to drop the puck on the second period. Here's Dan Lee.
2-0 is your score at the moment. Oklahoma with the advantage over the Missouri State University Ice Bears here at the Jordan Valley Ice Park and Stan Melton Ice Arena. I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Casson. Alex Harmon is our videographer if you're watching on websportsradio.com tonight. And we thank you for joining us tonight on KBFL, FM 96.9 and AM 1060. Now, coming up at second intermission, we're going to give you a more detailed look at those prices that the coach was talking about on our first intermission break there in just a minute as we welcome to the booth later on Garrison Pendergrass. He is the Senior Community Marketing Coordinator for the Springfield Cardinals. And he's going to come on and give us a real detailed explanation of just exactly what price structure they have now for those Cardinal baseball games here in Springfield. And we hope you'll stay tuned for that. In the meantime, both teams making their way back out onto the ice. As I said, it's a 2-0 contest. And Steve, this has become a real rivalry between these two teams. The Ice Bears won a pair of 2-1 decisions just a few weeks ago, but Oklahoma came in with fire in their belly tonight.
Yeah, Missouri State lifetime as a Division I squad. Just 2 wins, 8 losses, 1 shootout win, an overtime loss, and a shootout loss. Lifetime 3-8-2 against Oklahoma. They've scored 31 goals. They've allowed 54. And the last 2 wins were the only 2 wins that Missouri State has had here at Jordan Valley Ice Park. The Ice Bears do have a shootout loss here at Jordan Valley. That was tough. But Missouri State has had it tough against these Oklahoma Sooners until just recently. Again, both wins 2-1. And if things hold true, the Ice Bears cannot win 2-1 here tonight, but they could definitely win a 1-goal game. And it has been 1-goal games the last couple of times these two teams have played.
Well, there's the whistle. It's time to play hockey here on websportsradio.com and on KBFL as the Oklahoma Sooners can't take advantage off the bat. Ice Bears will have the puck, and they'll try to get on offense. Out of neutral ice it comes, taken away by Oklahoma.
Oklahoma skating from the left to the right. Missouri State from the right to the left across your KBFL radio dial. Puck comes in the Missouri State zone, drop down in low, working it high slot to Lara. Here's Aaron Lara with a shot. It hit a boot of an Ice Bear, goes to the near side, and it is Anderson to clear it out off the boot of Turin, and he'll have it 3-on-2 for Missouri State.
Turin lifts it high and up and over the goal and dumps it back in the end boards, and Solnikov couldn't get to it in time. Oklahoma brings it out. Anderson tips it at the big bear head, and it comes to Turin. He'll wheel back around. Nice pass to Bell on the left-hand side, but he's headed off nicely by the work of Giamona. Back out to center ice. Oklahoma tips it ahead.
Across the line to D'Souza, who will chase Lowell on the goal line. Fanned on his attempt. Anderson is there to push him away. And it'll be Brennan Anderson with a bad pass up the middle, but it'll be Brown to pick up the loose change from Missouri State and get it out to center to Nikita Solnikov.
Solnikov wheels around, heads to his left into the face-off circle with speed. Tries to lift one through the slot, and it goes all the way through to the far half board. Taken back by Oklahoma. At the blue line, it rolls. Finally picked up by Oklahoma. Now D'Souza will retreat. Back to his own red line. Tries to shove it to Beam. He's got it on the stick. Sends it into the zone.
Sent all the way down where it's Derek Smith to pick it up. Derek Smith's last goal was against Mizzou on January 26th. He has 2 goals, 3 assists.
Here's Zane O'Brien into the slot. Takes the shot and missed it wide to the right. Puck comes loose all the way back around the boards. Derek Smith on the left point now picks it up. Nice toe drag around one man, sends it deep into the corner, and they'll fight for it there. Smith with a nice backhanded shovel down onto the corner of the pipe. Can't do anything with it as O'Brien, but he'll pick it back up and try to save it back to Smith. Now back to O'Brien. He'll send one wide all the way around the boards it comes. Lohman had it momentarily to Carson Warning. He'll snap off a wrister right into the glove of Philip Babb to stop play with 17:46 left here in the first period. A 2-0 Oklahoma advantage.
Shots now 10-9. Missouri State getting credit for the one shot of this period. And in just a second, we'll get station identification for you on KBFL, AM and FM. Face off in the OU zone to the right of Philip Babb.
And Matt Matty wanting the draw, but the puck came right to Oklahoma, and away it goes off of an official and out of play at the red line. Shots on goal 10-9 in favor of Missouri State University, but a big 2-0 deficit on a couple of goals that I'm sure the Ice Bears feel like they gave away more than Oklahoma earned. But Oklahoma, Johnny on the spot, taking advantage of some miscues, and that's where we stand right now. Matt Matty will go to the center face-off circle, but Oklahoma wins the draw. Good work that time off the draw by Josh Pusar. Into the corner on the Ice Bears attack. In the Oklahoma zone, fought for behind the goal, shoved into the corner. Now a centering pass goes through everyone. Cooley picks it up, tries to get it back to Heiserode. Now he changes his mind, goes the other direction. Warning will tip it along the corner to Anderson. He couldn't get a full possession on it. Or, excuse me, that's on Anderson, that's Schumacher. And it comes all the way back out to Heiserode.
Yeah, he's
stolen.
Yes, he couldn't get it clear. Here's Pusar with a drive in and a save by Brendan Schuck as the Ice Bears did get the puck cleared. Heiserode did, but right into the skates of Pusar, and a 2-on-1 developed. And good thing he took the shot, because it would have been a good opportunity for him to get that odd man rush, but a big save there by Schuck. Rebound is nil, that is, and the Ice Bears will win the draw in their own zone. And it is Brown who's getting tied up by Jeff O'Day. Puck to the corner, flipped up out to center ice and back across the Ice Bears' bare head.
Oklahoma sends it ahead. Brown only one there for the Ice Bears.
Does able to clear it with a 2-0 lead for Oklahoma. Here come the Ice Bears and Davis.
Davis gets double teamed on the half board. They swipe it away. Puck comes just outside the blue line. So Anderson is going to have to wait on the delayed offside. He'll send it into the glove of Babb, who promptly puts it back down on the ice and gives it to his teammates. And good forechecking pressure now by the Ice Bears as they try to go after it. And they do manage to disrupt things along the end board, but they can't get full possession. Basu comes up with it for Oklahoma. He gets met at the near half board this time. Anderson intercepts and flips it up high, and it touches the netting above the glass and stops action with 16:13 left here in the second period. 2-0 Oklahoma. Ice Bears have got to get something rolling here. Much like the first couple of meetings this year, it seems like the Ice Bears have had some golden opportunities and just can't cash in.
Yeah, they've been kind of stymied a little bit by the Oklahoma Sooners. Number 13, Missouri State. Number 14, Oklahoma. Here, the final games that count for rankings in ACHA Division I play.
Oklahoma with a nice lead pass.
Another 2-on-1, taking it himself and getting a shot off was Luke White. Puck comes up the middle, intercepted by Carson Warnig, not cleared, and a stick save by Shuck. He was able to kick it off to the left side. Drop down in low behind the net. Derek Smith, can he clear it? Gets it to Bell. Bell gets tied up. He's able to flip it ahead, but it stays in. Dropped by Cameron Brown, and Warnig comes back to block it away. Warnig again, it comes up the middle as it was intercepted and shot up high by Aaron Lara of Oklahoma. Now dropped down into the right side by Jackson Giamona to Carson Warnig, who intercepts for Missouri State. A bouncing puck. Warnig is there, flips it away. The Ice Bears have it. Can they clear it? 15:22 to go, and it's to Salnikov.
Salnikov played it off the skate. Can he get to it in time? Yes, he does. No icing call. Salnikov being dragged from behind. Can't get a call there. And it comes the way to the Ice Bears. Centering pass goes through everybody. Bell was in position, but a little bit too far in front of him. Now Bell will carry to the point, send it in. It's knocked away off the stick of Salnikov, and it comes out to Oklahoma.
15 minutes left in the second period. 2-0 Oklahoma. The Sooners line change. Ice Bears Derek Smith, he's looking for a lead pass, but enough just to flip it out to center ice, and it comes all the way down. This should not be an icing, and it is not.
Chases it down for Oklahoma. Now he'll leave it behind himself. And it's picked up by Joe Vuolo, and away comes Oklahoma. Johansson with an intercept, but it comes right back.
Flipped up in front of the OU bench, now taken by the Sooners on a delayed offside. They'll clear, and Missouri State will have possession. 14:33 remaining in the second period. And a 2-0 lead. Break it down. You got to get a goal every 7 minutes for Missouri State to tie this hockey game up.
Here's Barrett with a head of steam, cutting through traffic. Through 1, through 2, through 3, tries the toe drag, gets the shot off, and it missed just a little bit wide to the right. Rebound comes in low, and the Ice Bears can't get Zane O'Brien's stick on it. It comes back out the other way.
D-line was caught in a little deep. Lau Lazarek with it, tips it in front, shot save, and then Heiserode clears it through the crease. Ice Bears work it again. A shot in, save again, and the rebound is poked away on a diving play by Beam. Now it comes to D'Souza behind that. Actually, that was Del Casal, 19, not 15. Now the Ice Bears will have it. They got out of harm's way. They bring it out to center ice and a flip to Barrett. Ice Bears want to change, but they're not going to do it yet.
Here's Bratton, who gets tripped up just before the blue line, and we are going to get a call on this one.
It'll be a penalty. Just a reminder, you're listening to Missouri State Hockey.
KBFL Springfield, 1060 AM, K245CA Springfield, 96.9 megahertz.
By the way, did we ever get clarification on whether or not that first Oklahoma goal was a power play? I believe it was.
I'll double check. I did not get that clarification.
Okay, because we showed Josh Bell in the penalty box at 14:34 of the first period, and the goal coming at 14:05, but they never really announced it as a power play, so we'll see about that. In the meantime, the Ice Bears now on the power play again. There's a great shot by Bell down low, and a great toe save by Babb. Oh, and it gets kicked up in the netting out of play, but how Babb saw that one coming, I don't know, but stuck that toe out at the last second.
You know, we talked about it. Philip Babb, when he played for the Springfield Express, the junior A hockey club here, he was very undisciplined in the crease. He would flop around, he would move, just do whatever he could to make a save and not really get back into position for the second one. He is improved 110% as a goaltender in the nets now.
Here's Salnikov skating through the slot on the high side. Now comes back down, out to the point. Wilson with a shot. No redirect there as it went a little bit wide to the left. Back out to Brown, to Bell, to Salnikov. His shot deflected off of the shin pad. Down low is Cooley. He skates out in front. Now feeds it across. Shot. Oh, and a great diving save by Babb coming across to stuff one on Chris Brown. Puck out in front. Turnaround whipped on the shot is Anderson, as he had a great chance at a spinorama and couldn't get a full stick on it.
12:46 to go in the second period. Bell will regain it for Missouri State. He'll look it up ahead. Now across the Ice Bears Bearhead. Goes to Barrett. Flipped away from him. Sticked into the OU zone. And it will be with 50 seconds remaining in the power play. Taken away by the Sooners and cleared all the way down into the Missouri State zone. And it will go to Schumacher. Brian Schumacher played defense because of a shortage. The Ice Bears put him up as a center, and it's worked very well for him, centering Matt Matty and Hunter Cooley. Ice Bears with a line change. They lose it. Power play has 27 seconds, and the B-line's still on. At least Zane O'Brien is. Barrett is there too. Puck is taken away and sent in. A bouncer up over the glove of Shuck. And now with 13 seconds to go on the power play. Schumacher to O'Brien. They move it up quickly and get it across the line left side.
O'Brien shoots through the legs of the defender, and it's a little bit wide to the right that time. And stepping between to disrupt the play is Joe Buolo. And the puck sent all the way back down. Penalty expires. We're back at 5-on-5 hockey.
Dan, I've confirmed it is a power play goal, so the Sooners are 1 for 1 on the power play. 11:29 to go in this period. 5-on-5, shot in, tipped wide as Giamona got that one. And the Sooners with a 2-0 lead still have the advantage, but the Ice Bears do steal the puck and they cannot clear it. Giamona holds it in, shot sails wide, near side boards. O'Brien still on the ice, has possession of the puck. Now he's looking to change. Schumacher gives it over to, or make that Johansson to Schumacher, left side.
He'll bring it into the zone, takes a shot, it's deflected up high, and then finds its way all the way into the far corner. Lohman is there to try to tip it back out to the point, and does. Picked up there Cooley with a shot, and off the glove of Babb, it says, as it sails over the crossbar. Ice Bears can't hold it in. All the way out to the neutral zone now. Falling down is Bratton. Oklahoma has it.
As it was Cooley who just momentarily tried to push it away. Goes behind the net. Warnig is there. So Bratton is on the ice right now, and I don't know if that means he got caught off or if there's an issue. But puck sent all the way in. We're going to get an icing call.
I don't know if that wasn't a deflection.
They right now are putting Bratton on a line with Cooley and Matty. So maybe Bratton is double shifting, and you know I haven't seen Torn out there, Dan. So
well, he was out there earlier in the period.
Okay. I just didn't know if maybe they're double shifting a center or what have you.
Well, they're making some changes somewhere. Jeremy Law is called an audible.
Puck comes in, pad save, rebound, poked away by Cooley, stays in and dropped down in low. 2-0 Oklahoma. 10 minutes to go in the second period. Del Casal, he runs into Carson Warnig. Warnig pushes him away. Now he hits another one. That's, believe, Del Casal up to the far side. It is taken away, flipped out to center ice and cleared.
Oklahoma takes it right back at the red line.
Here's a shot in, big save as Wolo got that one. And now another one off the arm as this one came from the left side.
And right now, Oklahoma just owns the Ice Bears.
Yeah, they really are, but here comes Cooley. He's 1-on-2 with Davis.
And now 2-on-2, and they'll get the better of him as the puck shakes free. It goes all the way to center ice. Carson Warning will spin back around the other direction. Ice Bears in bad need of a line change, so he'll dump it into the corner, and the Ice Bears will get those white jerseys out of there.
Coming in is Beam, drops it back. Del Casal, drive in, glove save, and it's held on to. It's actually Paulo De Souza, number 88, that got that shot. And Shuck holds on to it, had a little bit of trouble. And now the officials are talking something over here. I don't know what they're talking over. Is there going to be a penalty possibly? Referee Hardy Woodward and Craig Smith. And the linesmen, Dan O'Very and Charlie Garvagula. And Garvagula and Woodward are talking, and I'm not sure what this is about. And they say drop the puck.
Well, we have no clue what that was about, but everybody seems ready to play some hockey. It's 9:11 left in the second period.
And off the draw, the Ice Bears will win it. Davis lost it as he tried to pull it out. Pusar intercept. Now dropped in low into the Missouri State zone. 9:03 to go in the period. 2-0 Oklahoma. Lead pass off of Saunders' stick all the way down. This should not be an icing.
And Babb has to come out and play it. Gets it to his teammate. It's right there on the corner of the zone. Taken away by the Ice Bears. Here's Saunders with a shot right into the glove of Philip Babb. And he'll hang on. 16-13 shots on goal now in favor of Oklahoma. And a 2-0 lead for the Sooners.
Still plenty of time. Break this down. 1 goal every 4 minutes and about 12 seconds.
A little early for that. We're only in the second period.
I know, but I just do it.
You like the math.
I just, to get on your nerves.
Yeah, you just like the math. That's okay. You go right ahead. Face-off comes to the Ice Bears. They'll try to hold it in the zone on the left-hand side as Anderson mans the point.
I found the interview if you want to play it in the second period.
Cool. All right. The interview?
The interview.
All right. We haven't heard that in a long time.
That we had to do twice. That my voice will probably, because it's on tape, will sound so much different than it does now.
Well, we were only, about 12 years younger?
Yeah.
It would probably sound completely different now.
And I don't even smoke either. Here comes Turin. He's on the ice now. It's Anderson to have it for Missouri State. Hits a skate, and Bell will reset for Missouri State. You get a goal here, and things seems like it'll change. Nikita Solnikov wants to make sure of that. Leading scorer for the Ice Bears. 27 goals, 27 assists. Now it comes to Bell.
With a nice cut. Bell, though, tries to shoot it down low and kind of hooked it a little bit, and it went left. Comes all the way around the other side. Now flipped up almost to the rafters and comes down in neutral ice.
Set all the way back, where it'll be stopped by Brendan Schuck. Line change for Oklahoma. Ice Bears quickly get it up to Turin. Turin protects the puck, and can he get it across the line? Yes, he does.
Barely, as Bell goes chasing it down. They'll scrum along the half board, and it's poked out again by Oklahoma.
All the way down, and it will be an icing as O'Day and Brown were neck and neck, and if you could do a photo finish, it might have been Brown by a skate. That'll be an icing call. Bring it all the way back into the Oklahoma zone.
7:23 left here in the second period. 2-0 Oklahoma.
Well, now you're going to talk to folks from the St. Louis Cardinals.
Yes,
the
we're going to do that
part.
first. We're going to do that for a couple of minutes. We're going to talk to the senior community marketing coordinator for the St. Louis. Excuse me. Now you got me doing it. We're going to talk to him for the Springfield Cardinals. Garrison Pendergrass is coming up in a moment.
Puck comes in, and Schuck will hold on to it. 7:12 to go in the period, and a 2-0 lead for Oklahoma. Pusar's 13th, D'Souza's 3rd, both on special teams. Pusar's was on the power play and a shorthanded goal by D'Souza, both in the first period. 2-0 in favor of Oklahoma, and they do win the draw. Comes down with a lot of room. Lara with a drive and a save by Schuck.
Oh, and that was a huge save. As he had a great look at that one. Lara with an opportunity and a half. Lined it up. Nobody between him and the net, and I can't figure this out.
Yeah, Missouri State breaking down a little bit defensively. And now they've got the B line intact. O'Brien, Barrett, and Bratton doing the centering. Puck tipped back in. It was a delayed offside, so the Ice Bears can come back and get it without pressure. But now getting back onside and putting that pressure on is Lara. Puck comes out to center ice, and the Ice Bears work it up to Barrett.
Barrett has it on the left side, centers through. Oh, Bratton had it on his stick and couldn't hang on to it. He was right there alone at the top of the slot, but he couldn't hang on. Here's Barrett now tracking it down at the blue line. Goes left side. Heiserode tries to hurry a pass in down low, and getting a backhanded opportunity out of nowhere is the low post man, Zane O'Brien, but a good stop by Babb to keep it a 2-0 game.
That's exactly right, down out of nowhere. O'Brien looked like he wasn't going to get possession of the puck. It actually went behind him, and then as he moved his stick behind his back, he was able to get a shot, but waiting for it was Phil Babb. And that's kind of an instance what I was telling you about earlier, Dan. If that was Babb of, let's say, 4 years ago, he would have flopped all over the place and maybe left that open side. But he has turned out to be a fantastic goaltender.
Yeah, playing great positional goal right now.
Definitely.
Oklahoma has the puck, trying to work in through the middle.
But it's swiped away by Heiserode with that big stick. He was able to get possession of it.
Now they'll fight right at the officials' circle. Right along the boards, flips out to the middle.
It comes across now to Evan De Casal, and he gets a drive in, and it's held on to by the Ice Bears goaltender, Brendan Schuck.
A full house here at the Stan Melton Ice Arena, the East Rink at Jordan Valley Ice Park. And right across the way from us in the West Rink, they've got a big gymnastics meet open and almost full in there as well.
Yeah, they actually have two. They have one, this is the men's, and then they have the women's over at the Expo Center. So there is all sorts of trouble trying to find parking. Even our cameraman.
Yeah, we had big games at both big ballparks tonight, Hammonds and out there in Ozark.
Yeah, where unfortunately the Bears lost game number 2 in 11 innings by a count of 4-1. Did the baseball Bears.
And I think Drury was playing over at Price Cutter, but I didn't catch the score on that one.
And we've had head football coach Dave Steckel pay us a visit. I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on here at Jordan Valley Ice Park.
And the Lady Bears are playing tonight, too.
And Schumacher gets hooked as he tries to get it up to center ice, and we're going to get a penalty. And are they going to call Schumacher?
Yep. They sure
No, it's not on Schumacher.
It can't be.
No. It's got to be on D'Souza. Schumacher had possession. He was coming down the wing. And it is. It's an Oklahoma penalty.
Yeah, they looked right at Schumacher, and I think Schumacher thought they called it on him as well.
No, and actually it's going to be 16, Michael Beam. He's going to go. So Missouri State on power play number 3.
Got to make something happen here. Got to get one of these 2 goals back before we get to the second intermission.
5:27 to go in the period. Fresh 2 minutes on the board.
Cooley wins the draw for the Ice Bears, and they'll now have to fight for it. Taken away. Here's Bell at the point. Bell with a shot. This one deflected as it ricocheted off the stick handle of one of the defenders up top. Cooley now with it. Back to Bell. Josh Bell will leave it on the left side. Solnikov shoots, and he missed the corner by a couple of inches. Had the upper corner, and he just couldn't quite hit the mark. Here's Anderson. He'll try to slide one through to the zone, and it comes all the way out to Bell again. Now on the other side. And Spencer will try to send it in low. Spencer Sollenbach has it back behind the goal. Now to Salnikov. Out at the top of the slot. Bell rips one off. This one deflected away from the goal, and it comes back to Bell. 1:05 left in the power play. Still a 2-0 Oklahoma lead. Solnikov down low. Cooley couldn't get a stick on it as he was hassled by the defense, and the puck comes loose and out of the zone.
Bell's going to have to go all the way back, and you got to go and give credit to Chris Brown. On 3 occasions, he kept it in on the right side.
Bell quickly regains the zone. Now looks out. Here's Anderson open, and a shot save. Rebound is just to the right of the goal, and a sliding stop that time by one of the defensemen kept the Ice Bears from getting on the board. As the puck is now chipped away, and all the way down it comes.
30 seconds to go in the power play. Barrett will have it. Ice Bears change up the power play unit. Barrett, the only one, stays on the ice, brings it across the Ice Bears barehead and goes to the right, to the left, to the right. He shoots.
And Babb made the save. Down in front it comes. The rebound loose and open side to the goal, but nobody there to get it for the Ice Bears. Now at the point, it's O'Brien. He'll try to chip it back down low. It comes all the way to the corner. And past O'Brien's skate, and out it comes. And that'll do it for the power play.
It is over with 3:27 to go in the period. Missouri State has been close, but not close enough. Here is make that O'Brien. He'll send it in, and the Ice Bears want to change, but they're not going to do it just yet. 3:15 to go in the period. Puck to Johansson. He'll cough it up at his own blue line, and it's sent all the way down into the Missouri State zone. Ice Bears now trying to get that change. Schumacher gets pushed out of the play. Taken away from him by Beam. It comes to the side of the net. Deflected into the corner by the goaltender Shuck. Now 2:55 remains. 2-0 Oklahoma. Here is Schumacher up to Bratton off of his stick. Now to Barrett.
Barrett's got to be getting tired as he tries to cut through the zone, and he has it slide off the end of his stick. And Oklahoma takes it back.
Oh, Ice Bears almost had too many men.
And we're going to...
And do they
hit somewhere that might end up in a penalty, or was it just offside?
No, I think it's too many men. I think the Ice Bears get called for too many men. At one point, Missouri State had 8 players on the ice.
Okay.
And they tried to get off, and they couldn't get off, and I was just waiting for the puck to get touched. I mean, Ryan, we have General Manager Ryan Armstrong, who used to be, or still is, a referee. I mean, you saw the same thing I saw. I mean, they had too many men on the ice, and it was just a matter of time before somebody touched it.
Yeah, unfortunately, they tried to play it smart and not touch the puck or make an effort to play the puck while they knew they had too many guys on the ice, but it must have glanced off someone's skate or popped into the zone somehow, and unfortunately, the Ice Bears find themselves with 2:39 left in the period with a 2-minute minor penalty for too many men. It's a lot of 2s.
Yeah,
and I should know. I like number 2.
Yeah, of course you were number 2. So That's always good.
I just don't like this number 2.
Yeah.
That 2 on the penalty clock doesn't look good.
No, or the scoreboard at this point.
That's true. Good point.
Puck dropped down in low. Lara has it as the faceoff is in the Missouri State zone. Oklahoma with possession. Sooners get it from Beam on the right side. Now to D'Souza. Back to the left side. Now right side again. Brown dropped it in low. Oklahoma working it. It is still to the right side as it comes to D'Souza. Now to Brown. Low along the right face-off dot. Tipped away, and the Ice Bears are able to clear it. The pass from Lara was tipped, and the Ice Bears do get the clear. And Missouri State with 1:19 left with which to kill on the power play for Oklahoma, who bring it in. They sweep it all the way down to the right side, and it is taken away and out to center ice, and here comes Matt Matty.
Matty splits the defense, looks in, now goes all the way back behind the goal, flips it into the corner, tries to kill some more time with it. Probably a good move. 58 seconds left in the power play for Oklahoma. Now they'll pick it up in their own end and try to come forward and get this thing restarted.
52 seconds to go on the PP. Now down the middle, a shot by Scott Joy of Oklahoma, taken away by Carson Warnig, and he didn't clear it this time, although he has possession, and we get a hand pass. Hand pass with 1:20 to go in the period, and 40 seconds remaining in the power play. The faceoff will stay in the Missouri State zone.
Coach, what do they got to do to get back into this? Well, I'm still going to call you Coach. I don't care what your title is.
That's all right. It's all good. You know, it's not looking very clean. It's sloppy hockey. They look tired. They're throwing bad sauce out there, and it's not happening. It's just not happening.
You know, at this point, it takes a goal. It's only a 2-0 advantage. It takes one goal, but what do you have to do? Well, we'll say for the third period, there's 1:18 left. Yeah, you get one in 1:18, things will be a lot different than if you don't. But what are you going to have to do in the third?
You know, they're just going to have to come out, level head, and play a simple game. They're trying to do too many things and making a couple extra errors. This Oklahoma team's, they're a good team, and they will capitalize on the small things. We just need to simplify.
Giamona with it high slot, comes in down low, save, rebound, open net, and it was deflected by Anderson. With the open net was Pusar looking for second goal, and Anderson gets hit from behind. No penalty.
Yeah,
Bouncer comes in. Oh, okay, the referee on the back end, and now Anderson gets slashed, and he's not happy with that one. And that was Raymond Wilson who did the slashing there, and I'm not sure what this officiating crew is going to call, other than the initial penalty we know is being called. And I don't know if there's any additional things going to happen here.
I'm hoping that Anderson, and who is that player from Oklahoma?
Well, Scott Joy, they're going to bring Joy, even though it wasn't him.
Joy was up. He's bringing somebody else over as well.
Well, Wilson ought to be gone too, but we'll see.
The initial penalty for the checking from behind should be called.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to probably even it up and hopefully even up the little scrum right there at the dot. And then he had the original penalty called, so Oklahoma should have the extra penalty added too.
Yeah, and then in 6 seconds, it will be 4-on-4 for 6 seconds. Now, we had this situation before. Because there's a penalty on the board, the coincidentals do not go on the board. It's just going to be the one check from behind penalty that will go on the board.
That's correct. At least that's what should happen.
That's what should happen.
Well, it always happens the way it should, right?
Well, no.
Well, we always say it should happen this way, but it always happens a different way. That's the way it is.
Yeah, exactly. And we had a situation where it benefited Missouri State when the overlapping penalties were put up. They put the coincidental minors on, and it was during. It's confusing. Let's just say that they put the coincidental minors up. It was a double minor. The first part of the double minor should have been washed. It wasn't washed. They took the shorter end of that. Then they took the double minors off. Bottom line is Missouri State shouldn't have had a power play, and they did for about 2.5 minutes.
No, it went the other way. We should have had the power play, and we didn't get it.
That's what it was, Dan. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
Even now it's complicated to think about it. So
exactly.
There was some. I happen to know the guy who was running the clock that day, and there was a little miscommunication between the referees as a crew, and and myself, I mean, the guy entering the penalties on the score clock.
Yeah.
I don't know what that guy was thinking.
Was his name R.A.?
I can neither confirm or deny that.
So here we go. In 3 seconds, the Ice Bears will have the power play. They have it now.
And they have the puck in the attacking zone. Barrett gets wrestled to the ice, and the Oklahoma Sooners steal it away. Dumped into the Ice Bears zone. Johansson pokes it back through the corner. Barrett will pick it up. Gets checked off the play by the referee.
So they all get minors. Wilson and Joy get just 2 minutes.
Yeah, the original check from behind, and then Anderson and the other Oklahoma player for roughing. So.
Yep. And, it wasn't that bad. When I say that bad, as we get 4 seconds left in the period here, and the Ice Bears at center ice with a bouncing puck will have 1:14 remaining in the power play as they go into period number 3. 1:14 remains. Shots on goal in the period. Missouri State with 12 on goaltender Phil Babb for a 2-period total of 21. And Brendan Schuck faces, if I can do my math here, 8 shots for a 2-period total of 17. And that's where we stand right now. We'll take a break, and when we come back, Dan, who are we going to talk to?
Yeah, we're going to talk with Garrison Pendergrass, the Senior Community Marketing Coordinator for the Springfield Cardinals, and he's going to explain that new and complicated and wonderful pricing system that the Springfield Cardinals have now that we heard from Dan earlier in the first period.
Well, the only thing that I would take out of your sentence is complicated. I think it's easy.
Okay.
It's easy to know you pay one price for 2 games a month, and you get to come in the rest of the time for free in the general admission section, right? Do I have it right?
Yeah, well, I lost you at the bakery. I'm going to let Garrison try to explain it to me a little bit.
All right. We'll take a break and come back in just a moment. It's 2-0 Oklahoma after 40 minutes of play.
We all love the fajitas. Their margaritas get the crown. Don't forget the quesadillas. It's the best Mexican food in town.
Now your favorite Mexican restaurant is open on Sunday. Yes, Maria's Downtown is open on Sunday. So bring your family and friends and enjoy Mexico with us 7 days a week.
Hold on to your salsa and your chips.
Maria's on South Avenue in downtown Springfield.
We are back at Jordan Valley Ice Park. Steve Casson, Dan Lee, and our cameraman Alec Harmon on KBFL and on Web Sports Radio. Big thanks to Dory Lemoyne keeping us on the air at KBFL.
2-0 our score at the second intermission break. Ice Bears will have a power play of 1 minute and 14 seconds in duration to start the third period. But in the meantime, we wanted to talk to Garrison Pendergrass, the Senior Community Marketing Coordinator for the Springfield Cardinals. And we replayed our interview that we did a couple of weeks ago during the first period intermission. Our football coach disappeared on us, so we had a little extra time, and we went ahead and replayed that interview. But it left the door open for a lot of things, and we wanted to get more of an explanation of exactly what the pricing situation is now. The Springfield Cardinals have what they call a Red Access membership now, Garrison.
That's
First
right.
of all, welcome to the broadcast booth.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. And it's a great night for hockey. I was watching the Blues out there, spinning the wheel, giving out some free prizes for the Cardinals. So thank you for having us. I don't make enough games, to be honest with you.
No, he's Steve. I'm Dan, by the way.
Oh, you're Dan.
Yeah.
Steve and Dan.
That's all right. That's okay. It happens all the time.
What?
People say we look like twins, and But we appreciate you coming aboard to explain this to us.
Now, if I do anything good, I'm Steve. If I do anything bad, I'm Dan.
Yeah, that's the way it works, generally speaking. So, Red Access membership. Now, this is in place of what we would refer to as the classic season package. You still have that.
Yeah. That's right.
You still have a season package.
We
but
actually
now you have
don't
more
have
choices.
season. We don't have season tickets anymore.
Okay, well, coming close to it would be the MVP membership, and that's a whole lot better.
Right. So we kind of broke the mold on everything that you're used to whenever you think of season tickets, and we actually just made it better and gave all the power to the fans. We wanted to make sure that they have the most flexibility, the most fan-friendly atmosphere, and be able to kind of just pick and choose whenever they want to come to games around their busy lives, their busy schedules.
Now
so that was the main goal.
Let's just take the basic package here, the base hit membership. Let's go over that for the fan that knows that they're not going to make it to every game.
Sure.
And how many fans get into this situation? They want to take their kid to a ball game, but the single price ticket might be a little bit high.
Right.
First off, what is the basic rate if you just were on the street and you said, hey, let's go to a ball game? How much would it cost you?
Well, you know, it really just depends on you know, where you want to sit. I would say on average, most fans that just walk up and buy a ticket, it's going to be anywhere from 11 to, you know, $15, something like that.
Depending where they want to go.
Exactly. You know, and that's still a reasonable price. But we wanted to take care, you know, of the fans that like to come out multiple times, and so we created this new membership package that we're really excited about, and sales are going really well for it. So we're super excited.
So you look at the base hit membership, and you get some extra features with that for $19 a month for 5 months. So that's what, $95 for 10 games, and when you price that out, that's less than $10 a game.
Exactly. And so, you know, basically what we're doing with that is we're giving fans the option of going to 2 games a month in a reserved seat, and then after that for $95. But the great thing about it this year is that we're adding in a general admission access card to that package. No extra price. It's still the $95, and a fan can walk into any or all 70 games for that low price of $95, starting at that $95.
Now let's go to the home run membership. That comes in as low as $34 a month for 5 months, and you get a whole lot of extra features just by making that one small step up.
Right, yeah. So that's the 19-game plan, and new this year, you get opening and closing day, which obviously, you know, a lot of fans like to go to. We have some great promotions usually on those 2 days. You know, fireworks going on usually on those days as well. You know, with that plan, you have the opportunity to purchase the promotional club. The promotional club basically guarantees you one of every single item that we give away at the gates, so you don't have to wait out in the hot sun for hours and hours to get those, you know, to get those items that everyone wants to get their hands on: bobblehead, shirts, rings, that kind of thing.
Boy, they're not waiting in the hot sun for the game today, were they?
No, they weren't.
A little on the chilly side.
No, the Missouri State Bears, I think they just got done. I think they had a 12-inning game over there.
Yeah, 11 innings. They lost 4-1, unfortunately.
Did they?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, just before us getting on the air, I found out that they had lost. And you know,
I'll take a nice warm ice rink to what they had on the ball field.
Yeah, you have to go to an ice rink to warm up.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I wanted to say that I think is absolutely awesome is to talk about your general admission pass that you said that you get, because there are general admission benches located on the infield in the concourse walkway. Well, it's not really the concourse; it's the walkway area between the 2 different levels, and it's below the concourse. But those are, you know, yes, they're bench seats and your back's up against the wall, but you know what? They're still great seats, and you still get an option that if you decide, hey, I'm driving by and I've got time, let's go check out, you know, there's fireworks tonight, or let's go check out the game. You've got a pass.
Exactly.
And you can walk right in, you know, so you pay whatever for parking, you get in there, you're already good to go. You know, I love that idea, and I think the biggest thing that I like is you allow people to make payments, and that is awesome because, you know, you look at it and you say, well, I'd like to go, but I don't have the money right now. Oh, okay, as low as $19 a month. That is basically for the field box, the home run member or the base hit membership,
right?
Which is $95 total,
right?
And you get 2 games a month. For the average person like me, that's probably the most that I'm going to go, is maybe 2 a month, at least to want to be guaranteed a seat.
Right.
And then, then I get to go in at any other time.
Now I want to clarify something. When you decide you want to take advantage of the general admission, you're on one of these packages, you decide to use the general admission. How much is that? Extra, or is that included in the package?
That's included in the package.
That's what I wanted to clarify. You don't have to pay an extra amount to go to the grandstand, the general admission seat.
And that's great. We have lots of families that bring out their kids and you know, sit out in the grass with a blanket and catch home run balls and everything like that, and it comes included. So like I said before, you can go to all 70 games for $95.
All right, real quick, if somebody wants more information on this, where do they go?
They can get go to springfieldcardinals.com. They can get all the information they want, or they can give us a call at 417-863-2143. They can give a call, and we'll have a rep or somebody there that can answer the phone and kind of go over all the details, all the different packages that we offer.
Well, Garrison Pendergrass, you told me earlier this would be your first interview ever. I got to tell you, you did a great job.
You did a fantastic job.
And I didn't swear either. That's good.
That's always a plus.
Yes.
Especially when we're on KBFL.
That's right. That's
exactly.
right.
Thank you very much for that.
All right.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much. Again, the phone number, if you want to call, 417-863-2143. We'll be back.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
Welcome back to Fox Valley Ice Arena. Steve Cass and Dan Lee in the first intermission here. Have a chance to talk to the Golden Jet, Brett Hull. And Brett Hull, did I say Brett Hull?
Bobby Hull, Brett Hull's dad.
That's right, it's Bobby Hull. You know,
that's a Freudian slip.
Oh yeah, well, you know, I'm used to making Freudian slips, so that's okay. Well, you know, the hockey world has missed seeing you play, but you're still out in the hockey world right now.
I'll always be involved with hockey one way or another. For 23 years professionally in Chicago and Winnipeg, and a few games in Hartford, and then watching Brett Hull play and score 730-some goals to become the third highest scorer in the history of the game. And now we gallivant across Canada and the United States with hockey clubs, fundraising for mostly children's charities, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and the Special Olympics, and raising funds for hospitals, children's hospitals in different small centers in the United States and Canada.
Well, speaking of scoring, you played 16 NHL seasons, 610 goals, 560 assists, 129 points in the playoffs. Of course, we got to count the WHA points of 303. The NHL is a little different now. Scoring has changed. Pads on the goaltenders have changed. The NHL now, do you like the NHL now?
Well, they've had to do something because for a number of years, the NHL was taken over by a bunch of intimidators and bullies, one-dimensional players, big 6-foot-plus guys, 200-some pounds plus, that were one-dimensional players. They could skate and shoot, but then when it came to making plays and playing all over the ice, they couldn't do it. And they were inhibiting the more talented players from entertaining the fans. They finally got smart, took out the red line, brought in overtime, brought in shootouts, got the goaltenders' equipment down to where it should be, and the talented players are now entertaining the fans royally. And that's the way it should be.
In your playing career, is there one moment that stands out to you that you just remember distinctly?
Well, you can't play 23 years and do what you said I did early in the broadcast without going back to the beginning. Me making a boyhood dream come true to play in the National Hockey League. I can't remember when I ever thought I was going to be anything but a professional hockey player. I was going to get big enough or old enough, and that happened all at once, I guess. When I was 18, I got big enough and old enough, and I turned pro with the Chicago Blackhawks, and that made that boyhood dream come true. There were so many wonderful things happened after that. Winning the scoring championship in my third year, realizing that I could play against the Richards and the Beliveaus and the Howes and the Mahavaliches and the Orrs and that group and come out on top once in a while. And then being able to score 50 goals, becoming the third guy to do that, and then being the first guy to break the 50-goal barrier, winning the Stanley Cup in 1961, playing for Team Canada in 1974 and Canada Cup in 76 representing Canada, and helping to form the WHA, a new league, and in which we won 3 Avco Cups, and I just think it's been a whirlwind, and you can't pinpoint just one part of those 23 years because there's a lot of wonderful things went into those 23 years.
Well, you mentioned Canada, and a couple more questions before we'll let you go. Canada, obviously, and the United States, they losing in competition today. We go back to the miracle game of 1980 where a young group of college kids got together and they won the whole thing with the help of Coach Herb Brooks. But do you find that the Olympics is a little different now? Does it take it away from having NHL players in there?
Well, I believe back when amateur teams were going over to play in the Olympics against the Soviet Union and the Czechs and that group over there, they were pretty good amateur teams. There were senior A teams that had a lot of ex-pros playing for them. And back in that era of the 50s and early 60s, some of those senior A teams could beat a lot of the NHL teams right now. So it wasn't a matter of sending over unqualified teams. It was a matter of supposedly sending our best over there, and that's why they went to the NHL and the WHA. The Russians, they were all pros. They were the best in that country. The Czechs were the best in their country. The Swedes and Finns the same. So it wasn't as if we were trying to overmatch them. We were just trying to send our best over there to play against their best. And it generally has worked out very well, but a lot of times you can't put a team together as quickly as the NHL has put together their team and the United States. Sometimes I wonder, you might be better off sending an entire team that has played together for some time, a team that might be leading the league at that time. So you feel for the guys getting beat, but it's bound to happen.
Talking with Bobby Hull, the Golden Jet, here on websportsradio.com between the first and second periods. We'll get back to that in just a moment. One final question here, and then we'll let you go. We'll get back to hockey here. You talked about the WHA. I know that you're trying to start that up again. Tell us a little bit about that, and where can folks see some games?
We have, during the lockout last year, we tried to get a few groups together to form another WHA as we did in 1972. First of all, we didn't have the right people trying to organize it. And next of all, we couldn't get enough people with enough deep pockets and enough buildings to get it done in that short a time. We have since formed some junior A teams in Florida and on the East Coast. And we felt that we were going to begin that way because there was an opportunity to put some teams in those areas that the groups were ready to sponsor, and we'll go from there. Our thoughts in forming another professional league, they aren't only but dormant a little bit now, and we're still going to be thinking about that in the future.
Well, Bobby, thank you so much. I know that a lot of hockey players in their hockey career go through some speed bumps, and I am no stranger to that, and I do appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Guy. Anytime I can help you out, just come calling.
All right, Bobby Hull, special guest here on websportsradio.com. We'll be back for the second period in a moment.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
Let's head for the third period. Here's Steve Casson.
Although you probably won't recognize his voice now.
Oh my gosh, has my voice changed since then? And I told you, I don't even smoke anymore.
2-0 your score. The Ice Bears have a power play to start this third period, and they better get something going.
I'm kidding, I've never smoked.
No, I know that. But you know, calling hockey for 13 years since then, it'll do things to you.
A lot of things do things to your voice.
Actually,
meanwhile, puck comes right up the middle off the draw, and a save by Babb as it came off the back of the boards, and Cooley got the shot, and Babb holds on to it. 19:42 to go in the third period, and Ryan Armstrong, general manager of the Ice Bears, is joining us again. Used to be the assistant coach for Missouri State, a player for 5 years here, and Ryan, you had a chance as we get a shot in and a blocker save as it came off the shot of Bell, working the point now on the power play for 50 more seconds. Salnikov gets pushed out of the way, has it, left face-off dot, drops it down low to Cooley. We'll talk to you in a moment. Here is Cooley, spins around in front. Salnikov shot, save, rebound, and it's cleared. Well, you were down low in the locker room area. What did the guys talk about, so to speak, to paraphrase, about what they're going to have to do in period 3?
So they understand that 20 minutes is a long time in a hockey game. 2 goals is 2 shots. So they're not trying to, how do I put it?
Rush things?
Put too much stress on it or overthink about things. They're going to take things nice and easy, take them one shift at a time, and just work on executing the small things, getting shots through, which I think that's about the 3rd block shot we've seen on this power play.
Here's Brown with the drive-in, tip just wide by Cooley. Power play is over. Ice Bears have a little bit of an advantage. Nice deflection in front by Jackson Giamona. Now a racing player coming out of the box, Scott Joy. Ice Bears have it again to Barrett across the line, into the zone. Barrett right through the crease, gives it a Bell. He shoots, it's blocked in front. And this time it was blocked by Volo. Comes right out to Barrett, now to Bell. He shoots, down in low, it's blocked again. Barrett to O'Brien, beeline on for Missouri State to Barrett left side. Down in low, Ice Bears work it like it's a power play, but it's not, taken away by Joy, and he'll clear it out for Oklahoma.
And Oklahoma tries to sneak Joy through the lines, but Scott couldn't get there, and it comes to the half board, taken back by Oklahoma. Centering pass goes through everybody out to the corner, now sent right back the other direction, taken at the blue line. Here's Lazaric, and Tyler will send it back to the end board. Fighting for it there is Del Casal. And Bell tries to stick that one away, and the shot comes in, and it's off the end of the glove, I believe, of Shuck that time, and it comes the other direction. Zane O'Brien has it, tips it ahead into the neutral zone. Oklahoma gets it right back. They'll turn it back into the zone. Into the corner, fighting hard is Del Casal, and Evan looks for some help down the middle, can't find it, sends the puck to the near half board, and Oklahoma back on the attack. Now the puck slides away into the far corner. Ice Bears just can't seem to get a stick on it. Now they finally do, and get it as far as just outside the blue line. This is going to be an offside and call to play with 17:15 left in a 2-0 Oklahoma third period. So we were talking with, replaying actually our interview with Bobby Hull from 13 years ago. Ryan, you said you met him at one time.
Yep, I met Mr. Hull in St. Louis at Chesterfield Ice Rink long time ago when there was a fantasy camp being held at the Summit Center Ice Rink. This is probably every bit of 20 years ago, but I will never forget meeting Mr. Hull. He's one of the great hockey players to ever play the game.
And you were how old at the time?
Ooh, let's see. Young enough?
Couldn't even drive yet, could you?
No, I wasn't driving quite yet.
Here's Schumacher with it. It's in the Oklahoma zone. Gets to the point. Held in by Heiseroth. Shot misses wide. 16:46 to go in the third period. 2-0 Oklahoma. Goals by Pusar, his 13th. D'Souza, his third. Power play and shorthanded, respectively. Now it's Oklahoma with Bossy. Isaac out of Ottenberg Park, Quebec, Canada. It will be Oklahoma's Wilson. Getting an outlet pass across Missouri State, barehead to the right side in the Missouri State zone.
Raymond Wilson carries all the way to the corner. Heiseroth heads him off at the pass. Puck is chipped back into the corner. Wilson is pinned up along the boards. Ice Bears come away with it. Nice lead.
All alone. Here comes Matt Matty, left side. He shoots and a save, and the goaltender's crease gets run into by his own man. That is Bossy. Face-off will stay in the zone, and that's a break for Missouri State. They get the face-off in the Oklahoma zone, as Oklahoma could have just as quickly turned and burned the other way, but Missouri State will get that advantage. And really one of the best opportunities in this entire game, Ryan, for Missouri State.
I can only hope, and I never wish, bad ill on anybody, but I can only hope that Babb is a little shaken up after that. his own player went in with some serious speed and just kind of looked like he took a bad edge, and net came off on Oklahoma's behalf, so it stays in the zone, no change. Ice Bears have a full, healthy line out there. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Great play by Chad Lounder to break up the intended pass, which was going outside the zone, but now it's taken away by Oklahoma, and here comes Pusar.
And he'll go in the left wing. There's a shot leveled by Scott Joy, and it's a little bit wide. Shuck might have even gotten a little piece of that one as it heads back into the near corner now. Lounder can't find it, but the Ice Bears still break out. Here's Sollenbach.
He's going to race down, comes in front, and pushes his man away. That was Luke White, and the puck is cleared out to center. We come the other way to Pusar, left side.
Pusar goes right side. He had some help there, but a little bit too far out in front of Wilson, and Raymond couldn't get a stick on it. And it comes back the other direction now as they'll work it to the near corner. Ice Bears on defense. Oklahoma loses the puck, and the Ice Bears have it. Here's Sollenbach again.
Tipped away from him, and a good play by Jackson Giamona. Ice Bears with a full sail line change. The only one out there is Chris Brown, and he's going to chase the icing.
Well, we're going to get an icing call, so that'll help out as well. Icing on Oklahoma. 14:58 left, third period. 2-0. Oklahoma with the advantage. These two teams have put on a couple of great shows this year, and this one no exception. We'll face it off to the left of Phil Babb.
Missouri State on a 4-game losing streak, and they don't want to make it 5 right here, but they are trailing 2-0. And if you want to go back, it's actually they've lost 5 out of 7. The last 7.
That's not a very good streak to have.
Not really at all. Only 1 win against Arkansas and 1 win against Alabama on the last road trip. Well, road trip and a home stand. Now the Ice Bears are peppering Babb. Salnikov is there. Salnikov used to play with Babb on the Springfield Express. Now a shot gets deflected. It's out to center ice, and Chris Brown races back.
Scott Joy can't get there before he does. But the pass is knocked up into the bench, and it looked like it hit somebody, but it came back down in play, and nobody caught it. So it comes back down on the Ice Bears zone. And the Ice Bears now trying to get out of their own end.
14:10 to go in the period. Puck sent all the way down into the Oklahoma zone. Icing will be the call. Icing will bring it back into the Missouri State end of the ice.
And you mentioned the losing streak, Harry. I got to wonder, this is the most games the Ice Bears have ever played in a single season. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
You know, every player responds a little differently. I think that it has a little something to do with it, sure. But, you know, every game is something for guys to get up to. And, yeah, I mean, physically, playing those 3-game sets, which our league does, takes an eventual toll on the body. But, you know, luckily we've only got a 2-set this weekend, and see if we can capitalize on it. I know that Oklahoma had a little bit of a rough 3-game last weekend as well, so hopefully both teams are just about the same right now.
Ice Bears had a great opportunity from Salnikov, but it's taken away and cleared all the way down into the Missouri State zone.
Cameron Brown got it into the Ice Bears zone, and now some bodies collide hard into the corner they go. Ice Bears broke his stick, comes sliding out.
Oh, that's a Oklahoma player that broke his stick, Lara. He's going to go to the bench.
Ice Bears still in their own zone, though, as they try to work it out. Here comes Johansson.
With a head of steam down the right side, drops it back to Torin on the ice. Now Torin shoots, just missed wide to the left. O'Brien is there. In front, Barrett, and as he tipped it behind his back, he missed it as he fell down. We come the other way to Sousa with possession for OU.
He'll flip it in. It'll be sticked away by Shuck, and now it comes around to the near side. Ice Bears trying to work a lead pass to O'Brien behind him, but Bratton picks it up.
Let's go to Jordan Bratton with 9 goals. He wants 10, and behind the net, still working it is Bratton. Taken away as Derek Smith tries to chip at it, and getting a shot instead was Barrett, and it's held on to by Babb. Missouri State 28-13-4 this season.
I think it's safe to say that they've ratcheted up the effort here in the third period, if not the scoring.
They have, and you know, Dan, you talked about the games. You'll never see this again. We've already said Missouri State will never play 48 games in a season. We're done. We're going to next year reduce it to 38 and probably get down to about the 36 mark. Fans yelling, "Let's go Bears," as Derek Smith got a shot. It gets deflected and cleared out to center by DeSouza. Icing will be the call. So you break it down, Dan, you got to get a goal every 6.5 minutes.
6 minutes and 13 seconds.
I like that math there, Dan. You know, I got to correct you, 6 minutes and 13 seconds. What do you think about that, huh?
He has forced me into this for so many games over the course of
Hey,
many years.
I'm good with numbers. What can I say?
Well, and that's the way you have to play a hockey game, right? You break it down into segments. You break it down into certain things. And,
I always looked at it as per shift. You know, like how many more shifts do I think I'm going to get this game? I may get 4 more shifts or 3 more shifts. I've got to make each one of them count one at a time.
We got a hand pass there, and the face-off will come outside the zone as it was called on Missouri State.
Shots on goal favoring Oklahoma 23-22, but they've got the one that counts, the big number, 2-0 their lead with 12-17 left here in regulation.
Yeah, Pusar on the power play is 13th at 6:56 of the first, and then at 17:06 shorthanded D'Souza his third. And that's where we stand right now with a 2-0 lead for Oklahoma. Puck comes down in low behind Babb in the OU zone. Taken away. Salnikov with a shot inadvertently hit Turin. But Smith will have it. Lost it, and here might be a potential break for Joy.
Scott Joy cranks it up, and a shoulder save that time by Shuck as it came in on his right as he looked out. And he managed to block it off. It comes back out to the faceoff circle, carried right back in, down low on the zone. And a centering pass slides through everybody. Salnikov has it. His pass is not a good one and is kicked right back the other direction by Oklahoma.
Yeah, had he made a good pass there, Turin would be all alone on a break, but it was just not a good pass. Here comes Bell, 2-on-2 with Salnikov. Bell to Salnikov, tipped away just at the last moment by Lazarek. Now Salnikov fights through it. It's out to center ice, and here might be a 3-on-2 for Oklahoma.
And Joy will take it in on the right side. Backhands a weak pass that goes all the way through. Sticked into the corner by Shuck. Now carried back behind the goal. Ice Bears have the puck. Here's Bell. Or excuse me, that's Brown that carried it out to the red line. Taken back by the Ice Bears, Anderson.
He'll have it across the line. Gets a shot off high off the glass. Snaps behind. Now low along the goal line, flipped into the corner, and it's out to center ice. Racing hard is Hunter Lane, but the Ice Bears have possession. Quickly, they get it to Bratton, off of O'Brien, taken away by Oklahoma. Tipped by Barrett and sent down in where Jackson Giamono will gain possession, shoot it in the Missouri State zone.
And it comes into Shuck where he can handle it, and he'll clamp down and stop play with 10:34 left here in the third period. 2-0 Oklahoma with the advantage over Missouri State University. I'm Dan Lee along with Steve Casson. Glad you could join us tonight on KBFL FM 96.9 and AM 1060. If you're watching on West Sports Radio, you're watching the beautiful camera work of Allie Sharman. And of course, our guest announcer right now, our color commentator, is our general manager for the Ice Bears in Ryan Armstrong, and he could be here and gone in a second. You never know with Ryan.
He's got stuff to do, and big thanks to Dory Lemoyne keeping us on the air at KBFL and our sister station, the Jock Studio. And this will be our last. We just lost the scoreboard.
Oh, it's back. It's that guy from the movie Airport that just goes, just kidding.
Yeah,
plug.
Yeah, exactly. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Well,
all the numbers are back up.
And everything looks right except for the score.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but it is 2-0 Oklahoma. And they just...
Everything's good. I think they got the time right. They got the score right. Shots on goal look good.
Everything's set up and ready to go off the draw. And
a short angle shot comes into Shuck, and he managed to close the door.
Oh, and he had to really hug the post. That would have been a heartbreaker. 2-0, a very easy
right
score.
out in front again, and again Shuck has to come up with some heroics to keep this one from coming in off the face-off. Oh, man. Brendan Shuck doing a great job of keeping the Ice Bears in the game right now. And we'll try it again to his right. Ice Bears win the draw this time, however. And they'll see if they can't work it out. Here's Zane O'Brien.
He'll flip it into the zone. Ice Bears do the dump and chase. Sent into the corner off of Babb. Dropped down to the far side to the point. Held in. Anderson shot. It's blocked. And how many times have we had a blocked shot by Oklahoma? Missouri State with Anderson. Ice Bears get onside. Anderson gets knocked down. He pushes it ahead. And no penalty. Play continues.
Lara comes in on the left side, takes the shot, and it's sticked up into the netting and out of play. Actually, that was Lazarek, not Lara.
Yeah, we went left to right. After Anderson got knocked down, Oklahoma gained possession, and they came across with some speed into the Missouri State zone and got the shot for all intents and purposes, Brendan Shuck has played a fantastic game.
Oh, yeah.
The 2 goals that were scored on him were earned, and Shuck has really played a great game.
Absolutely. 9:55 left in regulation. Still a 2-goal deficit for the Ice Bears as they try to solve the puzzle that is Phil Babb tonight in goal for Oklahoma.
Here comes Hunter Cooley. Waits for everyone to get onside. Cooley drops it to Matty, off of him and out, and here might be a break for Lara.
Aaron Lara takes the shot from a long angle and sticked away easily by Shuck that time. I really think he had more time than he thought, but he took the long shot anyway, and Shuck able to handle it.
Here coming the other way, the Ice Bears. Schumacher to Cooley, right side. Down in low. Cooley has it tipped away. Schumacher to follow. He does a nice job stepping in front of White. Behind the net, intercepted by Oklahoma, and the Sooners will get it out to center. White will do it, and a backhander back into the Missouri State zone.
Schumacher retrieves. Big line change for Oklahoma now as they get all fresh skates out there. And the Ice Bears will try to set something up. Here's Hunter Cooley.
Across the red line, Cooley gets dragged away from the puck, and it's sent right back in the Missouri State zone on a bouncer that's held onto by Shuck.
Yeah, one of those knuckleballs that we've seen tonight be a real problem for both goaltenders. Now it's Schumacher, and Shuey gets it away to Johansson. Nice stretch pass.
To Saunders, who kicks it into the zone. Ice Bears will line change on the back end. Saunders keeps it in. Off of him at the half boards. Del Casal is there. Tipped away. Here comes Saunders from Missouri State. Saunders now in front to Schumacher, or to Sullenbach, and it's taken away from him left side.
Beam will shove it forward for Oklahoma. Oh, big check applied by Carson Warnick back on the end boards. And Smith comes away with it for the Ice Bears. Lead pass is a little off the mark.
Too far for him, and another line change. This one for Oklahoma. Missouri State with some forechecking pressure. They do shoot it in on delayed offside, and they clear the zone. Now to Joy, left side for Oklahoma. Off of him. We'll get station identification here in a moment. But with 7:50 to go in the third period, it's 2-0 Oklahoma.
Ice Bears looking at some forechecking pressure. Finally get it up to Bell.
Bell will have it off of a Oklahoma stick, and the Sooners break a 3-on-2.
And they come in, and ridden off the play by Smith is Clayton Brown, and it comes the other direction. Puck up high at the neutral zone.
And nobody touched it, so play continues. And Solnikov.
Thanks, Ray.
Sollenbach.
Yeah.
Swamp. Yeah, a little bit of S's. Smith.
Scott Joy with a steal.
Oh, great.
Sends it toward the goal, and a sliding stop by Turin that time to keep that thing from reaching enemy hands out in front of Shuck.
Here comes Nikita Solnikov. He'll have it. Lead pass to Turin, tipped off of him, and Missouri State will change. At least Turin will. Goes to the far side. Solnikov couldn't grab it. Ice Bears have everybody back. It's a 1-on-3. That's Pusar who gets a drive in.
And his shot is sticked into the end board by Brendan Shuck, and the puck is cleared away.
And this is going to be, should be, oh, they're going to call an icing here.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I wasn't sure if maybe it was touched by Oklahoma, but it's an icing, and it'll bring it back into the Missouri State zone. Just a reminder, you're listening to Missouri State Hockey.
KBFL Springfield, 1060 AM, K245CA Springfield, 96.9 megahertz.
Off the face-off, shot comes in, knocked down by the defense, but Oklahoma picks it back up again. They'll try to work the end board. Now it comes to the far half board. Zane O'Brien spins around with it, gets a pass off on the right side, too far for Bell, knocked back the other way by Oklahoma. Sliding, colliding players at the blue line. And now the puck set in on goal. Stick save by Shuck. Comes back behind the goal. Here's some minutes for Charles Jolie getting in on the action for Oklahoma as they send it back into the near corner. They'll stack it up there. Working towards 6 minutes left to go in this regulation. 2-0. Oklahoma with the advantage. Chris Brown spins away from a problem and gets back on the right track. Up it comes to Bratton.
Beeline on. Bratton will drop it down in low. Too far for O'Brien. Lara is there to break it off the boards in the OU zone. Calling for it quickly was Lara. We're going to get an icing call as it comes all the way down to the Missouri State zone.
No, we're not.
No, waved off.
I don't know why, but apparently it was deflected maybe a little.
No, they just decided not to call it. I mean, come on, seriously.
I don't understand
4-on-2 for Missouri State. Here is Barrett. He had it, but it was too far for his reach, and we come the other way. And Brown with the lead pass.
Brown with a nice pass, gets the return, right out in front, shot. Oh, save, rebound is scored, though. As one of the defenders kept it from going in, but there to pick up the loose change was Cameron Brown, and it's a 3-0 hockey game.
Patrick Johansson with a great save, but everyone was out of position, and it was put back, and it's 3-0 in favor of Oklahoma.
Just too many irons in that fire for Brendan Shuck.
And you could kind of see it all developing, and it was just a tough situation because it was a good rush. Missouri State was caught, and two defenders took the right side, nobody on the left side, and it was put home.
Yeah, you got to give it up to Oklahoma on that one. That's just a relentless, hard-working shift to be outmanned 4-1, coming down in their own defensive zone, and then turning that transition over quickly, coming back, and Johansson with a great effort on a second save, but eventually putting that puck in the open net. There's nothing anybody can do about that one.
Hunter Cooley tries to counter on the other end, but it's right into the breadbasket of Philip Babb, and they'll stop play with 4:53 left here in the third period, and things looking a little gloomy for the Ice Bears, who are in danger now of suffering their third, make it fifth straight defeat. That is something we did not think would happen going into the winter break.
No, not at all.
We couldn't have even
Oklahoma
imagined
scored by
that.
number 11, Cameron Brown, assisted by number 18, Clayton Brown, and by number 39, Aaron Lara.
But you know
Time
what?
goal at 14:45 of the third
I don't know a
period,
whole lot
scored
of
by number
teams.
11, assisted by number 18 and number 39.
There's your scoring. But I don't know a whole lot of teams that have had as major a schedule as the Ice Bears in those last, 8 games or so. Every team has been ranked. Every team has been looking for a playoff spot. And man, it's just a really tough schedule to have on the tail end of a 40-plus game season. Not trying to make excuses, but hey, it's a tall order.
Well, sure, any kind of tall order is that. But you know what? You're at home. This means something. And Oklahoma flat has just been the better hockey club right now.
Yes, they have. They have played a great hockey game tonight. They haven't made hardly any mistakes. They've taken advantage of every miscue by Missouri State University, and they deserve to be up 3-0 right now.
Derek Smith runs into the goaltender, and now Smith gets pushed down by Bossy. And do we get evened up here, Ryan?
I don't know. You got Derek Smith that really incidental contact. You got number 17. Oh no,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because Smith had his back to him. He was not even in the play at all. And we're going to get interference and rough.
Yeah. Well, you talked about earlier about number 90 from the Ice Bears, Nikita Salnikov, being a former teammate of Phil Babb in net. Well.
So was
number 27, Derek Smith was too.
Yep.
Nobody's out here to hurt each other. Like I said, that was a little incidental contact behind the net. Helmet came off pretty quick on Babb there. I'm glad he's all right. And his teammate went up and stood up for him. I'm not sure who that was that went in the box for Oklahoma, but he was just doing the right thing. Bossy. There's no harm, no foul on that. He's going up to protect his teammate. The ref's just making sure that with 4:15 left in this game that nothing gets out of hand.
So Smith gets 2, Bossy gets 2, 10 minutes and penalties on 5 penalties for Missouri State, and Oklahoma 7 penalties for 14 minutes.
Hussar lifts one into the glove of Brendan Shuck, and he'll hang on to stop action with 4:06 left to go. Skating 4-on-4 now. Shots on goal have ballooned in favor of Oklahoma now, 30-23.
Those penalties officially were Derek Smith for interference and Bossy for roughing.
About 1 goal every, what is that?
Every 2 minutes.
1 minute and 22 seconds.
Okay.
Ooh, you are quick.
No, it's 1 goal every 2 minutes. You have 4 minutes left. 1 goal. When you said it, we had 2 minutes left.
There's 3 minutes. There's 4 minutes and 6 seconds left. We need 3 goals, Steve.
We had 4 minutes. We had 4 minutes left when you said it. It's 2 minutes.
In the meantime, they're still playing a hockey game, fellas.
Yeah, puck is deflected out and caught.
Right to Bailey Stevens.
By Bailey Stevens. Yep.
We have found the winner for tonight's 5th
So I forgot the 50-50 raffle.
Now, hey, the numbers are easy right now, Steve. Go for it. Go for it.
4, 5, 6. We found the winner, and they won half of the total pot
Not
tonight.
those numbers.
For a
1, 6,
winner
3,
take-home
4, 5,
portion of
6.
$114.
1, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's take home. $114 take home. That's not too bad tonight. You know, we've got
Not
a good
at all.
crowd on hand. And for everyone listening, I know that the weather might scare some people away, but tomorrow is our senior night, and we would really, the seniors would really enjoy a full house here. So if you can,
Weather's
please
not
come on
even
out.
going to start until like after midnight.
Yeah, the weather's not
perfect.
a factor. Everybody be here.
Yeah, I'm not a meteorologist. I'd suck at that job.
Well, neither am I, but that's what I'm telling you. So believe in what I say.
I got you.
Come here. It's going to be fun.
And Bill Murray had a perfect weather forecast in Groundhog Day.
Anderson gets interfered with as he tried to wrap around, but
What an absolutely great movie that was.
which?
Groundhog Day.
Bill Murray's forecast was
Yeah,
just
so
classic.
I still think Slapshot is a better movie. But
Oh, yeah, it's the anniversary of Slapshot, too. Did
Yeah.
you see that?
Yeah.
3:10 left to go. Regulation. 3-0 Oklahoma, and the fans starting to leave just a little early, and you don't see that too often here at Jordan Valley Ice Park.
February 27th was actually the anniversary that the movie came out.
Yeah, just 2 days ago.
There was another anniversary the other day of a really famous movie. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was, but it was a pretty memorable one.
I think I was in that one.
Cooley sees a pass sail wide. He'll have it as the Ice Bears trail. Shot just missed wide by Johansson. Far side boards. It's 3-0 Oklahoma. Puck is cleared out. Johansson will.
He's got it.
It's an offside. They're going to call a offside because the player was in the zone before the puck on the fly, and so the offside will probably bring it outside the zone, not all the way down. They're discussing it, and they're going to bring it all the way down.
They're going to bring it all the way down.
It's where the pass was made.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Where the pass was made. He intended to pass it right there. So great call by the linesman Charlie, a.k.a. Chuck Garavaglia. Played hockey with this young man in St. Louis a long time ago. And great call. That was a tough one to make when the puck's all the way up in the air like that.
Oklahoma wins the draw. Brown will head it up the ice to White, and Luke White has it poked off of his stick. And it comes back across to the near side. Johansson stretches out for it. He gets rattled into the boards for his favors from Cameron Brown. Ice Bears have it. 2.5 left to go in regulation. Now lost it at their own blue line. Thankfully, Johansson back to retrieve.
Across the line into the zone. Babb will get control. The goaltender swing it to the corner. Lazaric is hit by Cooley. I'll tell you what, Cooley's been doing a lot of hitting. He's been putting players to the boards, and the Ice Bears need to kind of take a lesson from him for game 2. Puck is...
Well, the good news is he's serving notice that he is quite healthy now.
Yep, and puck is cleared out to center and all the way down, 1:56 to go. I'm not going to break it down anymore, guys.
Anderson has the puck for the Ice Bears as he looks up ice, skates up to the red line.
Because we're past the 2-goal mark.
So we're one every 45 seconds now.
Yeah, something like that. Anderson gets it, but it's cleared out to center. Missouri State will regroup.
See, that's the real key, right? You wait until the numbers are easy to do the math with.
I'm pretty sure I had that tough one where I can go down to half seconds if you guys want.
No. You're fine. You're fine. Ice Bears have it at their own blue line. Anderson looking for someone to pass to, or it wasn't Anderson. That was Davis in there now.
1:20 remaining in the third period. Giamona sends it to the far side. Wollo will let it go. It is cleared out to center, and that's all Oklahoma's doing is playing kill time on the clock. Missouri State with Derek Smith. Sends it down in low on another dump and chase. Wollo is there. Smith bumps him off behind the net. Coming in is Saunders to help out. Chips it away. Less than a minute to go in the period. Puck is now to DeSosa, and he'll have a 2-on-2 for Oklahoma, left or right to left.
Paulo DeSosa tries to move past the defender. Can't get it done. It goes out to the center ice. Oklahoma will play a delayed offside. Now they're all back on side, and they flip it into the zone. Derek Smith couldn't get there, lost the puck. Centering pass comes around the corner. Carson Warning kneels down to block that off, and it comes out.
35 seconds remains. Lazaric back in his own zone for Oklahoma to Bossy. Lead pass is broken up, but thinking better of it was Joy. Actually, Lane on the ice now. Hunter Lane on the ice.
Oklahoma waits, gets onside, tries to work it in the zone, tipped away again. Good defensive work. by Zane O'Brien. He gets the puck back.
Swung all the way down, and in 10 seconds, this game will be history. Missouri State will have been shut out 4 times this season. Puck to the corner, 2 seconds to go, and that'll do it for the third period. Missouri State shut out the 4th time this season. Phil Babb gets shutout number 3 in his ACHA season career. 3-0 the final score. Shots on goal in the period. Missouri State, if I have this right, only had 2 shots on Babb.
Yeah.
Lots of missed shots, but only 2 regulated or two counted shots on net.
For a 3-period total of 23. And 23 actually. 23 for a 3-period total of, no, it is 13. 13 for a 3-period total of
23 shots
23 on net.
And I'll tell you what I was most impressed with Oklahoma, and you can argue with me or tell me I'm a crazy man if you want to, right?
Well, I mean, that goes besides the fact. But go ahead. What's going on?
The thing that most impressed me about Oklahoma tonight, they got that 2-0 lead. Not one time did they ever, well, I'll finish this out in a minute.
Player of the game, number 91, Matt Matty. Matt, you had a really hard game tonight. You had quite a few good shots there on goal. Take us through that hard crash to the net there that you had there in the third period.
Well, I should have buried, but, the bounces weren't really going our way today.
You have an active goaltender in Babb there on the other side, and sometimes that can get to you when you're on that. And what's it like kind of going out there watching him play the puck? It kind of keeps your eyes open.
Yeah, we just got to get one on him. He's a really good goalie. He moves a lot, saves the first puck, but after that, we got to score.
And about last week, we had that long road trip up there in North Dakota. It's got to be nice to be in front of these fans again.
Yeah, I love it. It's always good back at home. The fans are awesome here.
Good deal, fans. Let's hear it for our Stick and Shake player of the game, number 91, Matt Matty.
All right, to finish what I was saying, Ryan, as we celebrate Matt Matty being voted the player of the game, Stick and Shake player of the game. My thought is this. When they got the 2-0 lead, I don't recall them ever pulling the reins in and playing defense and trying to play conservatively. They kept pressing. They kept mashing it down. They being Oklahoma. They kept
their foot on the gas pedal, and that's what a successful team has to do. We've got a number 13 ranked Ice Bears going with the number 14 ranked Oklahoma. They're hungry for it. They want 13, and we're playing like we don't want to keep 13. So yeah, hats off to them. I 100% agree with you, Dan. They kept their foot on the gas pedal, and you'd be foolish to think anything different tomorrow is going to happen. This is going to be another Oklahoma team that's going to come out full of energy, full of confidence, and they will continue to go the entire period, 20 minutes at a time. It'll be another good one, and I hope Jeremy Law and his crew can put together a game plan to figure out how to combat that. Like I said, making things simple is a great place to start, but like Steve pointed out, only 23 shots for the Ice Bears that game. I counted 15 or 20 that missed the net. I mean, that stuff, or were block shots, which are a great compliment to Oklahoma, but you got to figure a way out to get those through. You get those shots through, it's a completely different ball game.
And I know, Dan, you started to touch on this. Is the games an issue? Missouri State has, in the last 6 or 7 games, had an issue with things not going well. And you want to play your best hockey as you head into nationals, and quite honestly, is this the best hockey? I don't think so from Missouri State.
Yeah, I can't say that I don't agree with you. They're looking a little tired, and honestly lackadaisical with some of the decision making that they've got going on. Having a little bit of momentum going into the nationals is obviously a good idea. But also having this 3-week break we've got come up is a huge, huge thing. So you can bet your Christmas savings that Coach Law is going to have these guys rested. They're going to be 100% by the time that trip down to Dallas comes. Hopefully everything is solidified here next week, and we find out what the Ice Bears can look forward to if we're lucky enough to be in a part of that national tournament, which I hope we are. But yeah, no, it's going to have to be a lot different of a mentality of the game and a lot different speed, and they're going to have to clean a couple things up.
Well, one more question from me, Army, and that's it. I'll leave you alone for the rest of the night, I promise.
It's all good, man.
Does the 2-1 win for the Ice Bears tomorrow night solidify 13th place?
Well, I think it does.
I think it makes a very close case. I know that as far as the rankings are concerned, we're kind of on the back end of the number 13. I don't know where Oklahoma sits, and it also has a lot to do with what other teams in the league do too. You know, if there's a huge upset or a swing, we saw this last weekend where a team that wasn't expected to lose did in fact lose. That kind of helped out a bunch of other teams. So, yes, there are things that we can do to kind of control our own destiny, but there's also things we can't control, which is, i.e., other teams that are losing that aren't supposed to. So I think basically in a roundabout way to answer your question, I think with the split we do hold number 13. Okay. But it's going to be a battle tomorrow. It's going to be a really good game, and the Ice Bears senior night, and they have to find about 15-20% more energy and heart out there for tomorrow's game.
All right. Well, 3-0 is your final, Steve.
Last game of the season.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Look at that. What do you say? Last game of the regular season?
Last game of the regular season will be tomorrow, as Missouri State will play the University of Oklahoma again for senior night.
Oh, by the way,
yeah,
did you hear them play Viva Las Vegas?
I didn't.
No, I missed it. They played Viva Las Vegas about 2 breaks before the end of the period. And that's a little shout out to my Las Vegas fan club.
There you go.
I've got a couple diehard listeners out there in Sin City, and I'll be out there to see you guys soon. Love you.
Haven't heard from Vegas in a while, but
he was out trying to test drive a new boat today.
Oh, there you go.
He's got his priorities. He didn't want to talk to me either.
There you go. Well, how did we get here? A 3-0 win for Oklahoma. 6:56 of the first period. And it was a power play goal. Pusar gets his 13th. Bossy and Wilson with the assist, and it's 1-0 in favor of Oklahoma. Then D'Souza, as time was running out on a Missouri State power play, gets his 3rd. Beam and Giamona, and it is a shorthanded goal to make it a 2-0 game. That's all in the first period.
This 3rd one hurt.
And then at 14:45, Cameron Brown gets the rebound after Johansson made the save, but it just was nobody there for Missouri State to help and keep it out of the net, and Missouri State ends up losing by a count of 3-0 here tonight. Power plays, Missouri State was 0 for 3, and the Sooners were 1 for 2, 50% on the power play. And, you know, quite frankly, the Sooners came in at just 16.3%. So statistically, they did everything right that they needed to do here tonight. That's going to do it here from Mediacom Ice Park. There's nothing really more to break down other than to say that Missouri State, if they want to stay at number 13, they're going to have to win tomorrow. And, Ryan, you've explained what they need to do and how they need to take this game. And I'm sure senior night's going to help a little bit. It's going to get them up for some reason that last game of the season, knowing there's no more games here of this season at Mediacom, may hopefully turn some mentality around and just give the team that last push. But it's imperative to get that victory tomorrow.
Okay, so Ryan, we've got about 21 and a half hours before the next game, and I've got 3 trips of 1 hour duration each to go back to Branson and back here, and then back home to Branson again, and that breaks down to what? How many trips?
It's 1 trip every 7 hours for you.
Oh my gosh, he's good.
Come on now. You can't softball it in there for me like that. You got to trick me up. Come on now.
Okay, so if an electric train was traveling
north, now come on now. This isn't high school
blows
again.
West. All right. That's
Johnny's standing on the top of a building.
Yeah.
At this angle, where is he?
3-0 the final score. I'm Steve Casson for Dan Lee, for Ryan Armstrong, for Alex Harmon, and for Dory Lemoyne, keeping us on the air at KBFL. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow as these same 2 teams, 7 o'clock. Until then, good night.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your hosts, Steve Casson and Dan Lee. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.